Hey, welcome back to the Match Ball Grid. My name is Andre. How's it going? It is February 25th. It's a Thursday. It's usually a Thursday when we do this, huh? How's everyone doing? Hopefully y'all are doing well. I have, unfortunately, while that music was playing, it went on for a while, huh? I was struggling to get the Restream chat bot to work so that we could talk to one another across the channels, and it couldn't get it. Restream just wouldn't connect to the YouTube chat on an existing event, so I have shelved it for tonight. So everyone in their own universe is going to feel a bit more lonely because we can't talk to each other, which is, this is good that we can build up into, like, each platform can build up their own identity and then start, you know, spreading rumors and building beefs, so that eventually when we do meet again, hopefully next week, oh, it's the tension is going to be so high. It's gonna be something. How's everyone doing tonight? Yo, Zandorius, how you doing? Piquin, what up? Marc Andre, hey, happy birthday, belated. How's your birthday, man? Arizan, yo, what up? Any guesses on what the theme of coffee culture will be? Honestly, I'm surprised you can't guess this one. I think there's only one card that comes to mind. It's easy for me because I know what I'm talking about, but otherwise I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I can't think of a single coffee themed Netrunner card. Closest I can think of was Day Job. Ooh, it's not that one. Man, it'd be really hard to build a Day Job deck, wouldn't it? In this deck, we do nothing. Yo, Rogues, how's it going? Good evening, Andre. Yo, welcome. How you doing? Giles, what up? Say hi to YouTube. Yo, what up, YouTube? Frank, how's it going? Jessica, how are you doing on the YouTube side? Unfortunately, the chat bot is down this evening. Couldn't get it to work for some reason. Could not figure it out. So this weekend, we'll be on our own. All-nighter, right? Yo, Carrot. Yeah, kind of. That one does have it. Also, Yucca Bean. The Yucca Bean shows up on a couple cards, I'm pretty sure. I think it shows up on All-nighter. I think it shows up on one of the NBN ones too, but it's not that. How's it going? Doing well, thanks. I've almost finished annotating that match I played against Dio for your review stream sometime. Awesome. Yo, I got a couple of streams, like replays sent to me. So far I've looked through a couple of them. Diogenes sent one in which he plays against his own deck and plays, you know, very... Well, it's an Apex deck, and I'm not going to spoil it. One that was really interesting, I don't have the name offhand, but somebody submitted a deck list, and it seems to be like specifically, what do we call it? System core? Or not system core, but like starter decks, like the basic teaching stuff that you teach Netrunner with modernly. And it is a wild game. There's like so much to teach from it because it seems like maybe newer players. So it's very easy to say like, okay, if you know, like there's a lot to learn from it. The window on which this content is good content is like super narrow because Sim will have new system gateway stuff, new ways to enter the game. Some the stuff might look alien to a couple people that are getting into the game pretty soon. So I hope we get on that, but it's like, it can be a long video to talk about like what to do. So huge shout outs for sending that in. I'm following the decryption effort on the GLC Discord. Pretty cool. Yeah, Rogues, we'll talk a bit about that. The ARG is pretty cool. We basically have a new card, right? We have a spoiler. Build a Day Job Comet Stim Hack deck. Yo, Jessica, I totally forget that Comet exists. I forget that Swift exists. But I think Comet is a fascinating card. Onacom basically replaces it, right? Yo, Frank says Paula's. It is Paula's. It is 100% Paula's. Well done. Quiet played around with OBS. Yo, OBS is good fun. It really is. Oh, Giles calls the YouTube gang those losers. And it begins. Hire Stimbody to replace the chatbot. Yo, Stimbody's pretty busy as it is. Stimbody shows up to our Montreal Slack every 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning, depending on daylight savings, and gives us a card of the week. And the cards sometimes are rotated. I don't think there's any logic. Sometimes it shows up at like 4 in the evening or in the afternoon, also to give you a card of the day. It really doesn't know what it's doing sometimes. Comet is still great with Insight plus Top Hat? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not, right? Are we doing a replay stream? Not tonight, but we will be doing replay content. It'll be VOD stuff. Yo, Rhino, how's it going? Hey, Andre, been watching your YouTube vids for years. Glad I'm awake to say hi live in the UK. Yo, cheers. Thanks for sticking with us for such a long time. Glad that you can join us live. Welcome. Good evening, huh? It's pretty late, huh? It's like what? 9, it's like 2. Wow. Oh, wow. Prepaid comment deck viable? I feel like you probably wouldn't. So, okay, this is, we're getting off the beaten path, but like Comet, for what it's worth, I think is a bad, well, not the best card you can do with prepaid. We played prepaid last week, and I actually really like the deck that we had last week. But the problem with Comet is that you want to play 2 events a turn, and the thing, why aren't you working? Oh, I have to hit this button first. There you go. The problem with Comet is specifically you're playing 2 events a turn, but prepaid you generally want to play only 1 event a turn, so it kind of dips twice into your stuff. Unless you have a lot of events that are free or cheap, like Diesel into an event is really good. But I would play Onicom any day of the week. Oh, I'll get there eventually. Any day of the week instead, if I'm playing prepaid and Shaper. Happy to forget Swift exists, but Comet really does it for me. Swift is almost okay. And Ken, huh? Almost? Yeah, I know. I want to try Comet again. It's been a while. Yo, Corey, how's it going? Hello, friend. It goes well. How it goes with you? Scoop? Okay, Giles, what are these? Because if it's the spoilers that I think it might be, here, I'm going to open in another window so you're not going to see it. Then I want to hold on to these. You can't see this, can you? No, I don't think you can see. Oh, you can see what I'm doing. What is with that? Why? Oh, I'm doing display capture. Okay, no, hold on. There we go. That's what you want. That's the good stuff. You saw way too much of what goes on behind the scenes there. Yeah, that's the link I'm thinking of. Oh. Yo, Jazz, that text unscrambled. Where did you get that from? Is that a guess? Is that a guess? Or is that like... Because I was going to guess what that is. We'll get to that in a second. Andre, did you receive cards from the new Nisei's new sets? I can't say anything about that fact. Wait, I can't say anything about that. I think Nisei's announced whether they have... I think they've announced already that they're going to have like community spoiler stuff. But I have no comment until Nisei has a comment. I don't know. I'm well. Thursdays I've been playing Spirit Island on TTS day lately, but I can sneak in a bit before we start. Yo, Corey, they had it. It was on sale too recently. Spirit Island has like a Steam app. Is that better than TTS or is TTS better? Jessica says, I haven't finished last week's stream yet. I wouldn't say I've been busy, but it's just been a bad week. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it'll be a better week this one or the next or the one after that. That'll be a good week soon. Is that uplifting? I hope so. It's the console. Yeah, it is the console. NB Kelly manually unscrambled it using some dark magic. Fuck off, really? Well done. How's it going, Ken? Pat, also, how you doing, man? How's your week been? The Steam version has no multiplayer. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's actually probably pretty big of a bummer. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to the spoilers. There is one card that has been spoiled so far. Like a brand new card, which is so cool to see. It's like really just so exciting to see new Netrunner cards. It feels like it's been a millennia. It's only been a year. But we'll get into some stuff real soon. Steam app didn't have multiplayer with expansion content last I checked. Oh, okay. That's a bummer. Spirit Island's a game that I haven't given enough of a chance to get into. I understand it's really cool and is a lot of people's favorite co-op game. And I played it once and it wasn't a good experience, but I know the game's probably better than that. I can get away from the other Jessica here with no restream, so things are looking up. All right, this is the deck list of the week. This is Rotage's list, Rotage 1. And I don't, oh no, just Rotage. Why does it say Rotage 1 at some points? How to say who Rotage is? Rotage, if you don't know, if you haven't been playing Netrunner for a while, is a big fan of the camp of decks called Diaper decks, Diaper with a Y. And the idea with these decks is they are combo decks that want to win in basically one turn or sometimes 2 turns, but generally the corp doesn't have a turn before those 2 turns go. You put the 2 turns right next to each other. They're ridiculous combo decks that involve Hyperdriver. That's where the Hyper from Diaper comes into. And generally the D stood for DDoS, a card that has since rotated or been banned, actually, I think is more accurate. And they were crazy combo decks. It was hard to react to, but they could win, and they were competitive. People did really well with them. Rotage actually has some like really good Netrunner championship titles to their name. I don't know what they are. If someone can correct me. Also like a really nice dude. And this is a list that they've been playing, which is basically a good stuff Hoshiko deck. We haven't been playing a lot of good stuff Anarch in a while. It doesn't have Parasite, but it does have medium, so that's cool. And then it has some weird combo stuff in it just to have some sort of Diaper name. And the weird, hopefully win in a turn combo is that you have 6 copies of Fear the Masses. Hopefully you draw into them because there's 6. You don't need all 6 for this card to be good. Basically, after an HQ run, you get the corp to mill some cards. If you have multiple of these, it's like run, mill 6, run, mill 5, and hopefully that's enough to win. Mill 11 can be a pretty big deal. If you go one more, it's 6, 5, 4. So 15, pretty good. And the idea is that you can't keep these in your hand. So you have Bookmark, which lets you store cards from your hand. And hopefully we're drawing a lot with Hoshiko, with maybe the I've Had Worses, and specifically also with DreamNet, which is a hell of a card. What up? I'm excited to see this deck. I looked at it earlier this week. Yo, Tyler, welcome. So this is a good stuff deck, and I don't know how much of it, like, it's probably, I assume that it's just a good Anarch deck, and playing the Sphere of the Masses bookmark combo in it probably makes it worse, I'd assume, because that's a lot of card slots for something that, you know, is probably okay, but not gonna knock your socks off. So these slots come from other cards that you'd put in here, maybe more economy. I don't know what these slots took out. We have one fewer Hippo, whatever. We don't have daily casts, which is a pretty good card. We do have 3 Brzezikis though, so maybe we don't need it. And we also, I don't understand, we have like a lot of MU worth of stuff, but we have only one of each breaker largely. But Ngolo gets you pretty far, and you can self-modify and code it, especially with Stim Hack if it's free. So yeah, I'm interested to see if we ever do manage to combo off, but this is cool because it's like the good stuff, but a bit splashy and a bit fun, which is really great. I'm a big fan of EMP device inside job. So hold on, DDoS, Hyperdriver, Portamento, yes. Rotage and Rotage 1 are definitely different people, much like Jessica and another Jessica. So can EMP device replace DDoS? Sort of. Diogene, how's it going? EMP device only sort of does what you want. Like, EMP device is good on the run. It only works on one run. So EMP device is a card that I actually like a fair bit. And I've played it in a couple sort of combo decks. The sort of stuff that wants to do one big run. Things like, what's it called? The one that lets you access additional cards based on how many tags you have. That deck doesn't run too often. And this is good, because even if they put 4 ice on the remote, generally they just res 1. That 1 is usually a border control. It's not a problem. So this is okay. The problem specifically when it comes to this list is that you want to run HQ multiple times. So your EMP device isn't going to go too far, right? Like maybe 1 run is cheaper, but then on the 2nd run, you have to deal with 2 ice and so on and so forth. Now, if they put 3 ice on HQ, this plan is going to be pretty bad. Maybe we can afford 1 of them, but we can't afford a lot of them. But we're still just a good Anarch deck, so we might be okay. But it's probably not worth the combo thing. For what it's worth, like the whole Hyperdriver DDoS stuff, that actually worked alongside other cards, like, what's it called, False Echo. Like, it wasn't just that combo was really good. It actually worked with a bunch of other combo stuff. The idea is that you couldn't res the outermost ice with DDoS, so False Echo returned it to hand, and then the next ice was now considered the outermost ice, so then DDoS couldn't res that ice, and it kept going. So just replacing DDoS is not important to the list that we're playing, but that's just kind of the history of where we got here. Rotage streamed himself playing the G&K with Grace. He only FTM'd once? Fuck. Shit. Okay, that's bad for us. That's really bad for us. Ampassan could be used with EMP device? Yeah, it could. But at that point, we're putting more combo cards into the stack. And maybe if we're playing more Ice Destruction, you could do that. People like run amok, I guess, too. But yeah, those cards technically work well together, I suppose. Yeah, all right. I watched your Doomtown stream from last April and it made me want to play it again, but I think my wife would be too intimidated. It's obvious the rules for that game are like pretty opaque and it's kind of hard to get into, but oh my god, is it worth it? That game is really, really good as a 1v1 game. It has rules to play like 4 people. I think people do that. Not me. The 1v1 games is really, really good. Submitted my deck today? Wait, for what? Week's been great, been reading a lot, watching movies, prepping for a month-long... Ashes tournament in March. Oh, did you build a deck of 1.5, Pat? How's it look? How's it been so far? Ashes is a card game that I play. Pat plays a fair bit more than I, and they have a reboot project that just started with a 1.5. And people are playing it online because you can get those cards on TTS. That's really cool. Talia, you called her wide. Yo, Vince, what up? Spirit Island doesn't tickle my fancy. I played about 4 times. Okay. Wait, your Doomtown stream from last April? Wasn't it like a month ago? Oh, man. Yeah, it was April Fool's. It's like a year ago now, right? It's been a minute. I said I'd make more Doomtown content. Oh, it's been hard. I did some testing, honestly, this weekend for more, what's it called? I have a better setup now to do Arkham content. So at this point, it's basically coming up with the name of a stream and then getting some graphics and doing all that work. And the branding work is something that like is a lot of effort and it stresses me out. So we'll probably do something kind of simple at first and make a second channel. And I'll let y'all know when that comes up. But we're getting closer to that, which is really cool. Ooh, the outfit. Okay, the outfit is going to go... Oh, I didn't need to do that. We have a button for this. There we go. The outfit can go pretty fast. We also have to deal with some ice. We have to deal with Bulwark. They're also a 54 card deck, which is a bit strange. So maybe it's not an optimized list. We also have to know that they run a bit more agendas. Thanks, you too. So our opening hand, Keiko, a Paladin, Liberated accounts, that's all pretty good stuff. So I think we just want to start slow with Liberated into Keiko. I wonder why we have Adore in our list. Are we worried about like Tour Guide? In this matchup, we just want to have strong economy, and these are like, that's our kind of one of our best openings, like the Keiko Puemo. That's like 2 credits worth of value of a turn. Doesn't get much better than that. Rizekis could be good, but they might be a bit too slow. We have no tag tech. I'm going to keep this. It might be a bit too slow. We want to get a paperclip early, and we don't have that many breakers. Miskatonic Metrofall. Chris, how's it going? Welcome. Apparently, there's already an unbeatable combo in the meta that the fans are banning before the physical product ever even comes out. Oh, shit. Can't be a good look, but that stuff happens. Betting my street cred that this is a grinder with broad daylight. We'll be back when I finish reading some boring paper. Enjoy your paper. Okay, I hope not. But at least if it's a grinder, we can maybe close the game when we want to. So they played turn 1 too big to fail. I'm not a big fan of that play, because they can't use the credits that well. This means that we don't want to run because of hard-hitting news or C-Source. This might be a CA-SIU deck. That's a lot of money, but I like keeping this in my pocket. Giving a bad pub turn 1, like, that's obviously the worst time to get it. So we don't really have to do anything here. And I'm going to play Keiko because Keiko gives you value per turn, because Keiko reduces the cost by 1 because itself is a companion. So we want to use that value every turn we can. And then next turn we'll install Puemo for free. And then we'll start drawing. Now, the fact that they do have a lot of money stops us from running R&D and getting our draw off of Hoshiko. At some point, maybe we stop respecting the combo in hand, but I don't know. When you start doing Arkham content, if you could please be respectful to me specifically and only play content that I played through, that would be ideal. What have you played so far? Okay, that could be an Atlas with a counter, which is pretty bad because that means they're going to go really, really fast and then they can't have combo pieces. So we could say fuck it and run R&D here and take the risk. We are weak to hard-hitting news, but we will have a fair few credits. I think we can take the risk. We'll run R&D. Actually, we'll set up first. If we hit a 3-pointer, we can die to Punitive, but they need probably 2. We'll draw for Dirty Laundry, okay? Again, a lot of times when we draw for good cards we want in our deck, we're going to be drawing this instead. Maybe they can have an Alice. Maybe this is just the thing that purges viruses. Okay, well, let's not run. So we'll install that for free, and we'll just get some money. Yo, Jactivist, what's good? It's okay. We're starting the deck list of the week. How you been? Ooh, little NGO. Install advance, face down card here. So in terms of agenda, either big, what I assume is big Project Atlas, which will be a problem. SDS drone deployment, which is very much not a problem, besides the fact that we can't really steal it. Or that's largely it, besides food. And if they score food, whatever. Fuck. Okay, that's good. We could consider running here. It turns on, our money is okay. We have enough to avoid like 1 economic warfare into hard news, but we'll run here to draw a card. We can trash like Rashidas and NGOs for free. It's a CityWorks project, okay? So now we have to play around Punitive. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit deliberated accounts. And with our link and 2 credits from Hoshiko, we're in an okay spot. Yo, Tyler, yeah, Twitch to YouTube cross chat is busted today, unfortunately. I couldn't get it working, so it's going to be a bit lonelier on both sides. Apologies. And it is just a global food initiative, but hey, we're off to the races. We got the real 3-pointer. And I don't know what list runs real 3-pointers and fake 3-pointers, because it doesn't make too much sense in terms of distribution. It might just be only 3-pointers and what's it called? And hostile takeovers. So the thing we're scared about is Trebuchet. Trebuchet, how much do we break this for? Probably a lot. 7 strength? Uh-oh. I guess we'll run R&D, which you can drop. Gonna finish up some grading while I watch. Figure if you can stream, narrate, comment, and talk with 2 audiences, I can write some comments. Good luck to your... Whoa! Good luck to your students. So this looks like it wants to go for the long game with Glacier if they're running cards like this. I'm just gonna keep slamming Centrals. Oh, we need to install a card here. Border control, okay. We do need to install a card, so I'm just gonna put down a free MK Ultra. This gives us a credit because of the Paladin Puemo plus Keiko interaction. And we don't really need to hit Sure Gamble here. Like, we can just draw. Our money is good. We want to draw into a medium or something. We probably should have drawn before. Yo, Lori, how's it going? Evening, weirdo friendos. Welcome. I'm going to miss Bookmark when it rotates. There's so much good stuff that rotates. Oh my god, Santan Cycle was so good. There's so much good flavorful Netrunner. That was like peak Netrunner to me. Okay, so we can now afford to hit a Trebuchet. A Bulwark is going to be a bit rough, but at least we only lose an MK Ultra. So I'm going to slam HQ here. Do we have to open with a gamble? What does it cost to break Bulwark? A shit ton. Okay, we'll open with a gamble. And then we'll get down this for 1 credit. Sansan has a lot of neat cards. Yeah. There is the Trebuchet. Okay. Sansan has some really good cards. So it's 9 to break this. Otherwise, they can trash anything. 9 is a lot. It is a shit ton. We don't have... Do we have Ice Carver in this list? Does it actually help on 6? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, we do have an Ice Carver. Okay. All right. At least we're on 2 bad pub. So much leaves with Sansan. It really does. A preemptive. Okay, not really a good card for them here. We'll draw once, and we'll get down an Orb of Power. MU is going to fill up pretty fast. At least we have 2 orbs, and we have 2 bad publicity, so hopefully it'll get cheaper. We really want to hippo this or something. We don't have Boomerang or any easy way to break this. This is always just going to be a problem. And this could easily be second NGO front, but it's just a hostile, so they're on game point, so anything they do install advance, we have to run, which is going to be a problem for us. And Golo is a good way to deal through this. It costs 2, 4, 5, 6, which is only 4 with bad publicity, so not too bad. But our money is not amazing here. I wonder how much bad publicity we can get. Good old Bookmark. Still remember the Cold Ones crew. What if someone just best defenses you? Yo, that was a real problem with Bookmark. People played best defense back then. I don't know what we're drawing into now. Like, the problem is when they res their ice, it's so bad for us. Well, that's okay. I just want more money. I don't think we're going to play this. I guess I'm going to draw here. We should have done that before. And I don't think we're going to ever play that. We don't have to break Trebuchet to fear the masses, though. No, well, we have to break 1 subroutine. Well, you're right. We actually don't. We totally don't, unless it's the only ice on HQ. And now we know they have a border control in hand, and we have no way to deal with it. Again, we only have 1 of each breaker. So, yeah, it's hard to put pressure on this deck, because this deck reses really big ice for really cheap with the refund. We have 3 bad publicity, though, so this is 6. It's still a lot. Holy shit. Way off topic, did anyone else see Wizards of the Coast is expanding the MTG universe to include other IPs like Warhammer and Lord of the Rings? I heard about Lord of the Rings. I didn't know Warhammer was in on that. That's kind of wild. All right, I'll play this. It only costs us 1 credit. They have a preemptive in hand, so they could discard something, but I feel like they want to throw something out. Oh, it's increased drop rates. So we can either lose a bad publicity or remove a tag here. I'm actually going to just remove the tag. The bad publicity is, I don't know. I don't, or they take a tag. I feel like we can just take a tag and clear a tag here. It's going to be hard because we're always going to hit this, but I think we can just take the tag. Guess we're bookmarking. Wowzers? Oh, what, Lori? All right, so now border control's a problem. They probably have a surveyor too, and we only go so far. Like, we could just say fucking YOLO and fear the masses. So we could go 4 clicks here. So this would be mill 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Successful instead of accessing, force the corp to trash the top card of R&D. You may reveal X copies of fear the masses, regrip the force. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can make them mill 10 cards, but we'd eat our whole board. I feel like we have to do it now. The hippo's good, but as soon as we sell the hippo, they're probably going to double ice the trebuchet. So we kind of want to use this once a turn to get the value. I think we'll just install the Angolo, because we want to use the Keiko buck every turn. Oh, the MTG news. Huh. They're really all in on BP removal. I'm pretty out of the loop, but I assume that's unusual. Just bookmark and wait and see seems fine. It is super unusual. The BP removal generally doesn't play out. A lot of times you just want to win soon enough. All right, they're worrying about R&D. They probably double ice anyways. Yeah, they could. If they know the deck list of the week, they probably should. They might feel good about this, considering like we've ran through it once and then, you know, hit the brakes. But I'm pretty sure as soon as they jam an agenda, we're in a problem. It's probably Rashida. We don't get a free draw here. So we're just gonna draw more. Oh, Rebirth could get us into Omar. I kind of like Hoshiko, but we're not using her value. Even Max would be fine, right? Max would actually be pretty good. Taka's good, Taka's free, but now we're just drawing into stuff and we're not putting pressure on, which is such a bummer. And now they're gonna draw a couple ice. If we install Taka, we actually gain a credit. Are we gonna use Taka? I just want the last two. Because it adds a lot. Every one that we draw into our hand mills 4 more cards. We probably just should have put the hippo down and pressured HQ. Yeah, we definitely should have done that already. I regret it. We don't want to install the hippo last click. I'll install Taka. It gains us a credit. Yeah, they usually just blitz. Yo, Marcus, yeah, they usually just try to get to the end or put enough pressure in other ways where like, okay, your bad publicity can't stop you from being punitive. Okay, wow, that's more bad publicity. It's a lot of money for them. So this actually could be the game here if this is an Atlas. So we gotta do something. We might be fucked. Because even if we do that play, we don't have a click to run archives. Like we can mill 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and run archives. We only have to hit 2 agendas generally, right? 9 and 2 is not the worst. But there's almost no way we can get in here. Like we can break Surveyor, it's gonna be hella expensive. We can't deal with border control that well. If they have double border control, we're fucked. We could rebirth into Quetzal and then try that. So we're at a huge fork here. We either go for the play, like we go for server 1, hoping this is an Atlas, or we just go for the play. I feel like we could just go for the play. We're also gonna draw one. 9 and 2, yeah, right? 2 and 9. We also draw one with a neat dream net. So it's like a 1 in 11 chance, basically, of getting another one. Let's go for the Fear of the Masses. We're playing a Fear of the Masses deck. Yeah, okay, you're all right. So we're going to get our board wiped. In theory, they should wipe the Dream Net. In theory. Didn't slot 6 in this card not to use it. It's very true. Nah. Interestingly enough, too, like, if we just leave this, we could go HQ for accesses. We can beat the Trace 6, usually. Man, I just wish. They don't know how many we have in our hand. We could have 6. The 6 would be so good. Oh my god, this fuck. They knew it. That was the best card. Because that actually gives us maybe another Dream Net. If there's another Fear on top of our deck, sorry, another Fear of the Masses on top of our deck, we're going to feel really bad. Oh, whoops. That doesn't work the way they used to. It used to hit a number there. Apparently I have to actually click on them. 4 plus 2 plus 2 is milled for 9? Yeah, it's 9. But we need to find 2 agendas at 9 generally. It's pretty good multi-axis, yeah, but... yeah, it's okay. Yeah, this is new. It didn't used to work like that, I don't think. A 9-card medium dig would definitely be considered an out here. Yeah, when you put it like that, doesn't it? We also know that they do have what's it called in hand? The recursion card. So if they don't lose here, and that's not an Atlas, like they're gonna, well, it doesn't matter actually, because right? Because we're gonna shuffle in. Well, because never mind. I think I break Trebuchet the first time. The likelihood that the game is over this turn. Oh, you're 100% right. We should 100% broken the Trebuchet the first time to be able to draw a card. In fact, we probably could afford to break this more than once. But yeah, we definitely should have fired it once to hit the Dream Net. You're 100% correct. Yeah, we run Archives last click because if that's an Atlas, we lose. Yeah, if the next card is a Fear of the Masses, we fucked up really, really bad to not breaking this. If it's not, then it's okay. Can't show them liberated. 1 point. Good game. Wow, they're running checkpoint. Fuck yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have been scared about the server. We do know it's a border control. Oh, no. Oh. 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 Well, we have no breakers. Yeah, this is really, really bad. So on top card of their deck was just a dirty laundry, so whatever. So what do we do here? We have no breakers. We can become Quetzal. Well, we have an MK Ultra, so that's cool. We got that going for us. Could they be flooded? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. So do we do Hippo? No, we don't want to break the Trebuchet. We just let the Trebuchet fire at this point. These are going to be a liability. Actually, these are not a liability. If it's a false flag, don't worry about it. Yeah, false flag will be okay. But it's looking like a food. It definitely is looking like a food. So the only reason why we'd break oh no, we should break this, right? Because it actually will fuck us up. Because we can't access. Okay. Yeah, this break is probably free. We'll dirty laundry HQ. Yeah, fuck snare. I'm not scared of snare. So that's only 3 credits. Bad publicity and everything else. Omar to get flood in hand? We can just go in. And Geofront, we'll trash that just so we see more cards. Keep going. We could rebirth into Kim to maybe do some pseudo multi-axis. Like we would trash that preemptive and run back, but it looks like we lost here. We could consider running this, but we know the border control. We have to run through it twice. We can't even get through it once. We could consider rebirthing into Quetzal, but no, this is not it. Looks like an expose. Oh my God, you could be right, Aunt. You could be right. Yo, Popular Mechanics. Hey, from Scotland. Your stream is normally way too late for me, but working late tonight so I can watch for live ones. Oh, cheers. Welcome. Hopefully you're it's not too late. Well, it is pretty late. I know that. It looks like it is an expose. Fucking incredible. Okay, well, we've discarded everything to try and win now. And this is the sort of thing, like they're in a 54 card deck. So like drawing into agendas might be a problem for them. Oh, this is going to be bad. At least now we can like rebirth into Omar. Yeah, we have 1 medium and 21. I think we do rebirth into Omar. Omar win on top of R&D. I think you're right. I do like the card draw though. I'm pretty sure like it would have been fine to we can mill a couple cards too. Expose. It's free. Yeah, this does look like an expose. They should definitely pop that. I don't know why they wouldn't. And I don't think we've seen any punishment so far. Wow, they let us keep these, which is wild. So what do we want to do here? These are the last 3 of the masses. At this point, this run HQ to mill 2, it's not the worst. I honestly would consider keeping that. But we just need to find a paperclip at all costs. Oh, whoa, there was 3 more. Of course. Wait, what? I thought we played 4. Oh, because we didn't play the last one. Yeah, right. Feel it's going to be too slow for this card. Hippo's good because they have a single ice. And we have access to... I need the IFAD worse for break. I'm keeping the Fear of the Masses, guys. We're going to fucking Hippo Fear the Masses this shit. We don't need gamble. Don't trash? Yeah, we probably shouldn't have trashed it. I think you're 100% right. We probably shouldn't have trashed it considering this is an expose and we wouldn't have gone back in. Trashing that was wrong. We just tried to use our bad publicity, but no, we want to give them a garbage card. What do they do? Card hedge fund. Okay. I'll draw into medium. Oh, those are surprisingly bad. So we want to do 1, 2, 3. They played a preemptive. So we basically just need to draw into our breakers. Our 1 paperclip, our 1 black orchestra are both at the bottom of the deck. And the bottom 14. I think it's 14. Yeah. Fuck. We have an SMC too, though. I'll draw once for SMC. Okay. Well, we're going R&D. Checkpoint. That doesn't really do anything. We'll play this so we don't lose it. I like the stim hack because we have an SMC. Oh, it's actually kind of bad though because we have all these Fear the Masses in it. We're not gonna need 18 plus. Yeah, 18 is fine. I'm gonna throw out a stim hack. That might be heresy, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's probably heresy. Yo, JTF, what's up? How's it going? Fear the Masses them? Yeah, I think we really need to do with Hippo though. What the fuck was that? Okay, now we have to pop off. The problem is like we don't have a breaker yet. So we have to assume we can get through this, which, you know, good luck. So we have to hit a breaker here. Best we got is paperclip. So what can we do here? We can do paperclip, Fear the Masses, mill 3, run our archives. That's the best. And if not, we get 1 Omar run. Oh, fucking fine. Oh no, that does net damage. It actually can hit our Fear the Masses. No. Oh, that could be really bad. Please miss. Yes. We actually did find all 3 Fear Masses. Okay, so now we can run archives and 100% win. Good game. Fear the Masses, so fucking good. Am I right? Let's go. Oh, what was in the remote? Oh, I guess we can know. It was a June bug. Oh man, I thought that Junebug was an expose. Really wasn't sure why you weren't popping it. Yo, okay, so this is a really big thing. Like, people ask, why don't you play this sort of like bad pup removal? They could have, okay, so there's a couple issues. Like, their deck is 54 cards, and that's fine. Like, maybe they have a bigger deck, they want to tune it. Generally, the consensus is a smaller deck is more consistent. You'll draw into your best cards more often. And that's a really big thing. If you look at your deck, you want to find the delta, the difference between your worst card in your deck and the best card in your deck. And if there's a huge difference, how thick your deck is a detriment, right? Because you want to be drawing into your best card as soon as possible, especially if it's really, really good. So having a smaller deck would be better. But like, there were so many turns where if they just drew an agenda and jammed it in here, it'd be a big deal. And that's why, like, you know, cards like this, where they could have just been, you know, any sort of acceleration, they would have won the game so easily. Not that they probably don't win some games with Junebug. Only one of each breaker in this list. Too many slots for FTM. Oh man. 54 cram deck? Is this the deck? Junebug's really spicy. It really, really is. But like, Junebug's weird, right? Because like the 5/3s in the list are Cityworks Project and they're face up. So you have to assume it's a Global Food Initiative or what's it called? An Alice. But like, if you're looking at their list, I don't think they're running Alices. Like, I feel like they're only on 5/3s and Hostels. Which in 20, what is it, 22 points? I guess that's possible. I don't even know. I don't know what their agenda is. I saw 2 snares in the hand and missed a couple times. Ooh. They had snares too. That's cute. Punitive Exposition? What? Oh, it has punitive in it. Oh, okay. Well, that's really, really a problem if this is the list that they're playing, because when we run archives, we could steal a lot of points and die on the spot. It does look like it is this list. And that agenda suite looks a bit rough. The ice also, like, checkpoint is just inherently a really, really bad ice. They res it for only 1. That's true. But the trace 5, a lot of times you can beat that, and if you end the run, it doesn't do anything. It's just not a great ice compared to what could be there. They also don't have Bulwark, which not all the decks run it, but it's really, really good. It's a good card. Food with real 3s is never great. Yeah, there's a couple lists that can do it. When you're on punitive, it's not that bad. But one of the things you have to look at your list is how many agendas does the runner have to steal to win? And does Global Food Initiative change that math? And I would assume it doesn't actually in this list, right? Like, you steal the Cityworks Project, that's 3 points. Okay, so if they steal food, they're on 5 points. So kind of, because if they steal the hostel, then they don't win. So kind of, if they steal a 1-pointer. So it's maybe not the worst. But like, you could also play SDS drone deployment in this list, which is probably very, very good as well, considering it's just a fine card. Yeah, I don't know. Man, I think a 54 card deck too, like, you probably want to try playing a DRM, something like that, to get your agendas out, because there's a chance you just don't draw into 10 to 54. Maybe it's not that bad. Just play SDS. SDS is really good. That was Def the deck. Oh, Arizona. Hey, good game, huh? You got to keep one Edge of World in your deck just in case. Yeah, unfortunately that one rotated, but that one is, when you see that one connect, it is something else. Here, we'll do one more. It's only 9:20. We'll do one more with the deck list of the week. I'm glad that we actually did Fear the Masses and it was the winning play. But like, you saw how many draws that we drew. Oof. I feel like other decks we can run a bit more freely though. The single ice costing us 9 is kind of a lot. No Rashida is the one thing I'm not a fan of. I thought you did have a Rashida. Oh wow, there is no Rashida. Oh yeah, that's also an issue too. Again, 54 cards and no card draw. Also, this dedication ceremony, like that's the other problem. Like the dedication ceremony looks really good because it works with CityWorks Project, but now you have to get these 2 combo cards in a deck that's like significantly bigger than normal. 54 versus 49, like that's a big thing. And you gotta remember, right? Like FFG classically thinks a bigger card deck is a detriment, right? And you're basically making yourself take the penalty of playing Val or the penalty of playing Sunny on yourself for no reason. So like combo cards like that don't line up too well. I'm aware you could do it on Mouseless, and that's okay sometimes. Or a cat, that's okay sometimes too. But on a cat, it's better than Mouseless, I think. Depending on the board. So maybe it's okay because you have a couple more options. Oh, with Expose? Oh man, with Expose. I never want to dedicate an Expose. All right, Builder of Nations. So we've played it. Oh no, it's a 59 card deck. Oh no, hey. Best of luck. Never mind. That's 2 Sunnies are the penalties. Yo, how long? What's coffee culture mean? Oh, we're gonna be playing some Paola's Cafe tonight. 50 ice and 54 cards is quite low. Yeah, it is too. So this is damage on runs, which is totally gonna dunk on the fact that we can't keep Fear of the Masses in hand. A lot of the times, like the ice you expect, you know it is. It's advanceable ice. So Sentries only Colossus, but we do want the Paperclip. We do want the Black Orchestra. Opening hand's okay. Double Sure Gamble is fine. We want to open with a Dream Net. We want to open with I don't know anything else. But this could be a C-Source list. But I don't know. 54 cards. It's hard to do a combo. I've had worse than hands. Really good. I played against this the other day. It was a slog. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm also like not excited about whenever I see an opponent that has like a really big deck, is that it can just be a slog because there's so much more variance because the deck is bigger. I don't know if mathematically that lines out, but like it feels like some of the games, they don't have a strong access to a win con, and then sometimes you're just digging for agendas that don't show up. So yeah, it can be rough on both sides. We keep them on Bookmark? Yeah, we can. It might be a struggle. And the thing is, like, Bookmark is really inefficient to use unless you have, you know, like a couple in your hand. We don't have Economy. Our other hand was better than this. Yeah, Solemn. It's a 59 card deck, and they didn't ice up anything. Imagine our hand was 5 Fear the Masses. Oh my god. I am going to I've had worse here. Oh, this is a really awkward turn. Wow. That's a bad opening. I'm going to throw out the Paperclip. 59 Builder of Nations deck would maybe play Arc Lockdown. If we lose this, we lose the whole game. I'm not going to show that we have it. Well, not true, because we do have flexibility, but it's not going to go far. Maybe they just want to grind you out for extra cards. Yeah, they could be. They honestly could be. They could be a grind deck, so like more cards is better for them. Like I could see that. So maybe every card we play is a mistake. But we'll grind them out with Fear the Masses. Oh, we'll get them. Any thoughts on WandaVision? I'm not a big Marvel Cinematic Universe person, so it's not really on my radar. Look, Commander's still a pretty new player? Fair enough. Maybe that means they're not on Arc Lockdown. I'm going to I've had worse again, but we need to get some credits first. Okay, early Rozeki is good. Oh, we actually have 2 Paperclips in the list. Huge surprise to me. Oh, there's 2. Wow. We didn't draw 2 in the last game. I thought we were on 1, just considering both of them were in like the bottom 10. They were playing BABW versus me the other day, not Builder Nations. I wonder if they, this all, mind you, this is also a 40 card minimum deck and they win an extra 20 cards. Shit. We probably should just like slam Centrals and see what it looks like right now, because nothing's going to hit us with advancements. Nah, I don't want to lose Angolo. To Vingo? Oh my god, it'll be terrible. It'll be so bad. Last click draw, okay. We need to play this before we lose it to damage. I don't know what this could be. If they score an Atlas, it's okay, I guess. I'm just going to set up a wee bit. This feels really bad. I'm going to run Archives just so we get our power draw. Yeah, we need to do this a bit more often. They're playing Masscoms wall-to-wall, though. Okay, this looks like it could be a wall-to-wall, but not anymore. Lacosta? Prisec? Advance. Advance. All right. Now we are playing with gasoline. Let's go hit a Mouseless into a Prisec. Okay. So this for us is not bad. We'll match the strength. We'll break the net damage. We'll break the tag. Yeah, we'll break the net damage. They can gain a credit. Or can they? Now, their money's probably pretty bad. Do we hippo this? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Maybe actually we want to hippo the ice in front of HQ because of reasons. So we'll seal the SDS first. It's a cerebral overweight. Oh my god! Shit! Oh, fuck. Our paperclip. Okay, our hand size is fucked. We gotta play around snare now. This is, mind you, does brain damage. Okay. This is a price deck. Mouseless price deck was a good call. Oh, man, we died a double neural, don't we? We died a scorched. Credit, scorch. Okay. Hippo before advancements? Yeah, it's an option, but I actually rather them advance that card manually and then we hippo them. Scorch kill, easy peasy, yeah. And this is the huge advantage of, right, of playing against players like that play way outside of the meta. It's like you get no read on this sort of thing. Like, of course I wasn't a cerebral overwriter. Their money is toilet though. So I feel like we can go HQ pretty easily here. Ice Wall is a problem. Gonna have to respect Ice Wall. Yeah, they can't snare us. Let's go. Yeah, Tanuki, there's no bot this week. I couldn't get the bot running for some reason. It's really unfortunate. I've been fond of the bot. Oaktown, okay. So our max hand size is 3. It's going to be a problem for a Fear the Masses deck. It's such a problem for a Fear the Masses deck. I don't want a Dirty Laundry because of Ice Wall, but they could have pumped it there if they had it. We'll keep going. Why no Laundry? Because if Ice Wall reses, we get absolutely boned. It looks like they don't have it though. We could have probably go in here. Paper Trail, okay. Okay, things are okay for us. Punitive is a bit scary here. I'm just gonna go for it. If they Ice Wall us here, it's a real problem because they actually could punitive us. They could do credit punitive and we die. But now we can't. Hollywood renovation. Oh no, oh no, oh wow. Sorry about that. That's another thing with like 59 card decks. There's like that sort of wild variance. Oh, that feels awful. They had a moral victory though. They did do the Streep Overrider. That feels good. Hey, cheers. Take care, eh? Yeah, okay. So we're not gonna see too much more about that, but that's rough. About Hive Mind Medium? Yeah. We played a bit of Hive Mind Medium. We've seen Sid and folks from the West Coast play a lot more Hive Mind Medium. But we were okay. Yeah, the problem is a lot of their money went into that. Like, this play is so expensive. And this is kind of the issue, right? Like, Cerebral Overrider, Advance, that's at least 4 credits if you call advancements credits and clicks. Then this costs 3 to fire. Then obviously they res the Mouseless, and then they res the prize deck. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 credits worth of a play. It did do its work, but yeah, they need mass comms to get out of that largely. Yo, Jessica, thanks for dropping by. Good night. Yeah, Sid's Brew is really rude. There's a lot of decks that will just concede to fold to that, like really, really, really hard. Oh man. Okay. All right. Let's Fear the Masses. Hive Mind Medium showing off. I don't think we've cut showing off from every showing off deck we built. Let's talk about what we're doing today. Okay, so what I wanted to do for these last couple of weeks is one of the big things that is changing with the new cards coming out of System Gateway, which should be at least in a month, right? Is that the whole Sand cycle is rotating. Honored Prophet is also rotating too, for what it's worth. But the Sand cycle is rotating, and Sand cycle is really, really, really good. It has a lot of really strong cards. It was a very flavorful cycle. There's a lot of people have attachment to the cycle, including myself. So a lot of cards are going to rotate, and I want to spend some time just building decks using a lot of these cards. And specifically the IDs. There's like, I think a lot of, at least on the runner side, some of the strongest IDs are from here. And one of them is Geist, and we'll be playing a bit of Geist probably next week. I was going to do it today, but one of the other really powerful cards is Haley, and Haley's just been such a big deal. Haley's been basically, I don't want to say holding Shaper on her shoulders for such a long time, but like she fundamentally works so well with what the Shaper engine is a lot of times, and that is the sort of professional context Aesop Pawsnhop engine, which is so good right now. On the basis that you can draw 3 times for professional contacts, giving you credits and cards, and then double install with Haley, and it's just such an efficient turn, especially when you get those free installs, because you're going to pawn shop something a turn, which is so good. I'm sure going to miss Haley and Geist stoppable. Yeah, me too. Well, sort of. Geist 100%. Haley, I feel like we can do something more interesting, maybe something closer to like Mirror Morph or Asa, where it's a bit more conditional. I guess she is pretty conditional. I don't know. We'll see it. Oh shit, Tyler, what do you think of the Nisa ARG? Wait, let's do news before we get into this. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Okay, we got a couple things to show. Firstly, Morgan. What's Morgan's title? Morgan, they're the writer and designer of Project Nisa. They've been showing off some of the IDs that are in the system gateway. Now, no, system core, right? The core base set, not system gateway, because system gateway is going to have new IDs from my understanding, but system core is going to have the IDs. There's nothing new here. There is nothing new, but there's new art. And we've actually seen most of these portraits because they were on playmats and stuff that showed up around Worlds. But seeing the new frames is really, really cool. So specifically, like this is Steve Cambridge. This was released, I think we were meant to see Quetzal today and we didn't see Quetzal, but this is Steve. I like that art. The frame, I'm a really big fan of the frame. I feel like the Shaper one jumps out to me the most. Benjamin Galletti did all the art for all of these system core runners, or yeah, system core is what we're calling this, right? So they have all the runners. So we have Steve Cambridge, who's back, and Steve Cambridge coming back is actually really fascinating because this ID is quite interesting. It's a really big deal for DJ Fenris now that this Gmod is in the pool. It's a really strong ability. But then we saw a couple others, and we saw, am I going to find it? Maybe I'll just go to Nise's. Yeah, we have Isla. So Isla's also back from Terminal Directive. This Shaper frame is so cool. I'm a big fan of this new frame. If you check out the old frame, you see it on a lat. It's like way more plain. I don't know anything else beside the word lat. Ethical freelancer. It's way more plain. There's a lot of this like clear white and like it's a bit textureless and flat. There's a bit of drop shadowing, but this I'm actually a big fan of. It seems much more busy, but in a way that I quite like. They also made a reference that this art was commissioned and drawn up before that Wired article that came out a while ago that talked about the battle internally at FFG, whereas Isla as a Muslim character, they really wanted to put her into a hijab, but people at FFG weren't comfortable with that for some shitty reason, so they didn't do it. And they said that if they knew that article and knew that fact, they would have put that into this art itself. So they apologized for that on the behalf. Maybe we'll see Isla and other arts with that portrayal in the near future. On top of that, we also have Chaos Theory, the same border, the same frame, all that good stuff. I clicked on the wrong tweet. Keep clicking on the wrong tweet. How? I want to go here. Nailed it. And you have Chaos Theory, and Chaos Theory looks to have aged, I suppose. I'm not sure what Chaos Theory is. Whether they transhuman. Yeah, transhumans age, right? But this is great. I'm a big fan. So there's a couple more that we're expecting. I don't know if they've said who are going to hold all these slots as the system core runners. I think we have an idea if we look at the playmat, right? Like if you go to your backgrounds or whatever, I think you can see them. But yeah, we're going to see a couple more. I'm a big fan. That's Kid? Did I say Chaos Theory the whole time? I definitely know it's Kid. I probably was saying Chaos Theory the whole time. Oh, thanks, chat. Yeah, it's Real Kid Peddler. Excuse me. Stealth Kid. So this is a thing that we've talked about before in terms of a Chaos Theory, which I think is really interesting. Now for a while, Nisei's been putting the MU amount here for. That's cool. That's usually useful because that's like one of the pieces of information that was like just integer you have to understand when playing Netrunner that didn't show up on anything else. Even though obviously things like Link did and all these other numbers, but I guess they matter maybe a bit more. But that's really cool. The idea is if they printed Chaos Theory, and I don't think they will, that will just be a 5. But I love that the idea that that's a way on the card to balance runners in maybe a more interesting way. Like it gives them another tool to do balance for IDs instead of just like a deck size influence ability. This gives them another tool, which is really cool. link also, of course. The idea that they could have like, oh, that's a really good ability. I don't want to just give them 8 influence. I don't want to give them a 50 card deck. What about if they only have 3 MU? And I think that's awesome. I'd be into that. They do more of that. 12 influence kit dreams. Yeah, shout outs to Nisei, who takes the time to to respond to Phil's shit posts about petition to give kit an influence. Maybe shit post is too harsh, but there's no way after this response. Maybe it isn't a shit post. I'm just gonna dunk on Phil anyways. It's really difficult. I think kit maybe could be printed with more influence on it. I feel like there's a couple contenders, like Ian Sterling definitely could have some more influence and not be an issue. But it's so hard to do that if the Nisei one has more influence and players are playing with the old cards. It's really hard to figure out what's right. And just like I'd imagine, I think they said that in the response, that if they did want to make changes to kit, they probably would just print something similar to kit in the future with better numbers, fixed numbers. -1 link. That's actually kind of fascinating, isn't it? It would almost never matter. Maybe you can consider 0 to be -1 link, and everyone who has 1 link has 1 link. What's this 100 card? That's meant to be their influence. This is just Phil showing how easy it is to increase kit's influence because it's pretty difficult otherwise. Okay, there's a drop Ian to 8, give the 2 to kit. Just give 2 to both of them. I don't know. It's a good change. Every time I taught the game I gave to explain the MU is just there, not represented. Yeah, Tyler, me too. Like, that's so weird. I'm like, oh yeah, you have MU, you have 4. Just remember that. It just kind of feels clumsy. Sorry, it's kid. I goofed that up. I talk faster than I think half the time. The other thing, okay, so this is a bit of a spoiler, but Project Nisei has been tweeting out an ARG that's been ongoing, and they've been tweeting out these cryptic tweets. They have like text attached to them. They link to these images that have like you see the title of this. The URL is like PA-T-RIP, like it's clearly filling out a word. And every day they'll add a new image and the progress by fills, and then the image gets clearer and clearer. I even think at one point in time the image was color shifted and it looked originally like an Anarch card, and then it got normalized to a Shaper card, right? Like this was the progress at some point. These are not 2 separate cards, I don't think. I'm gonna spoil it a bit. If you want to do the ARG on yourself, there's a really big Reddit thread where people are going through it and discussing the information they have, and there's some resources and ciphers and stuff. But people have actually kind of broken through this thing already and have largely seen the final product of this card, and they have broken the ARG. I can't really claim of the names of people who are doing this because I don't know. I've only seen this post, but I have no doubt within Discords. Apparently Solomir says green level clearance has a bunch of discussion on it too. But people are working hard on this, and I've done none of this. In fact, I don't want to touch really any of this because I was worried because, well, I don't want to talk about spoilers, but anywho, the idea is that I haven't touched any of this, and a lot of people put a lot of work, but we do largely know what the final card looks like, and I'm going to show it now. If you don't want to see spoilers till all the cards come out, or you want to solve the ARG thing on yourself, probably just pop out for maybe a minute, because I'm going to show the card, because it's a new Netrunner card, and that's really exciting. Ready? Let's go. So it's at the bottom, but there's a better image. Here it is. Check this shit out. This is a new Shaper console. It's called Pantograph, and Shaper consoles are pretty wild because classically they're pretty bad. Besides Onacom, there's only been one really playable Shaper console in the history of Netrunner. That has been Astrolabe, which was admittedly maybe a bit too good. So there's actually a version of this image that was posted. I think Giles, you posted it, where NB Kelly actually brute forced hacked this critical line that's blurred, and we know what this line says. But in short, it's a Shaper console. It costs 2 credits and gives you 1 MU. Already a very good start. It's 3 influences, a lot, and it says +1 MU whenever an agenda is scored or stolen. I believe it says gain 1 credit. You may install 1 card from your grip. I believe that's what the line of text says. Somebody can maybe correct me because NB Kelly has that written out, but they did unscramble it supposedly. And we believe it to say whenever an agenda is scored, or they believe it to say, I'm on board, I'm excited. Whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, gain a credit, install a card from your grip. So this is the Shaper console that looks to be inside System Gateway, which is a really big deal. There's no System Gateway glyph on this, is there? No, there's not. That's strange. Yeah, Dojin, this is like logos. Oh yeah, Game 1 MU. Yeah, the Game 1 MU thing is up there. That's pretty important. I love the art. In terms of the card itself, it gives you free installs for Shaper, which is really cool. It looks like you can install any card from your grip, which is good and flexible. This and Haley would be absolutely buck wild. I'm worried that this falls into the camp of Logos, where like if you draw it inoptimally, it does nothing. Like especially if you play against decks with only scored 5/3s, like it can be really rough. It might fire once a game, and that's probably not worth it. So I don't know. Oh, the flavor text says with this beautiful baby, I can juggle simultaneous by feedback alone. Simultaneous runs by haptic feedback alone, right? Because there are all these hands that kind of control. It's you may install one card from grip. Okay, you may have. Of course. I would assume it says may. It's never going to force you to install a card. So whenever an agenda is scored or stolen, gain 1 credit and you may install a card from your grip. All right. I don't think it's bad. For 1 MU for 2 credits, it doesn't feel that much worse playing this over Akamatsu Memchip as a console. I'm interested to see how many like installables there are. It's also a really big deal when we're losing Haley. Like the idea to clicklessly install stuff is a big deal. It also says when stolen. I'm thinking of only scored, but this is stolen. Locust is only on scored, right? The new green ID is probably called Tau, also assuming because it says Tau. Yeah, okay, that's a really big deal, excuse me. Whenever the corpse scores an agenda, Locust is only on score. And that's the problem, is that this will fire not very often. But the fact that this has stolen on it as well, that hopefully doubles abstractly the amount of times that this could fire in a game. So that's a really big deal. That's actually really, really, really cool. Sports metal meta? Yeah, against sports metal it can be a pretty big deal. You get all these free installs. Okay, I didn't realize it was scored or stolen. I was stuck in the Logos world, but that's actually, that's quite all right. And what we're going to see is how much cheap installables there are, how many cards you need to install in the new meta. Like maybe there's a lot of stuff to install. Maybe the Shaper, there's more Shaper cards. Maybe there's a Shaper ID that deals with installing stuff. Like whenever you install a card, do something like similar to Haley. And that might be a big deal when you can install cards on the corpse turn. So we'll see. I'm probably mechanics here. Really sorry I got DC'd on the match early. I had to rejoin and got locked out. Oh, yo, Diogen. You got an apology there. I think it lands 2-3 times a game. It seems decent. Yeah, it's not bad. It really is not bad. 2 credits, 1 MU. You're not too upset about that. Also, the other Shaper console that's largely playable is Onacom, and Onacom only works with certain decks, event heavy decks, which might not be your Shaper deck, specifically if you're installing a lot of things. Like some Haley decks didn't even run any events at some point in time. So that's neat. That's really neat. Could work great with Tech Writer Aesops. Yeah, exactly. Aesops, anything that wants a lot of installs. And there's a lot of reasons why that could be good. This is strong. It's worth noting that whenever agenda is scored or stolen, cards that add to your score area, I don't think this is actually an important point because it does rotate, but fan site doesn't count. So any of the fake agenda stuff generally don't work because you don't score this, you add it to your score area, which is a bummer. Super Corridor should have been 3, undercooked that one. Yeah, Super Corridor probably could have been a bit cheaper. I forget this card exists. If it fires once or twice, it's like fine. Sometimes it's just hard to fire. The hand size is actually pretty relevant sometimes. But no one's too excited to play this card, but I'll admit it's probably not the worst toilet. It's not toilet. It's not the worst. But Leela rotates. My first reaction, splash that in Leela, but Leela rotates. Yeah, I wonder what other cool stuff you could do, right? Like when there's nothing that like reacts to an agenda being scored. Like what's the best thing you can install when agenda is scored? Like you can't pull a black file from hand when they score the winning agenda, right? Because then you lose. But things like that, right? Like anything that really combos off an agenda being scored or stolen. I wonder what that'd be. Like getting a source down at the right time, but none of that makes sense. It's 3 influence, yeah. Can Pantograph have a reason to be played out of faction? I don't know. We're losing Leela, it looks like, so that means that when scored ability isn't going to be too impactful. Maybe you want to play this on Az, because Az gets that 1 credit rebate on hardwares, connections, or jobs, and then this can fire on the corpse turn, but I'm pretty sure Masterwork in Az makes so much more sense. It's a really good card. Play Corridor along with Chameleon for boom defense. For what it's worth, like Corridor on its own is technically high profile, what's it called? Punitive defense if you do it good. Would Gang Sign work? Gang Sign would, honestly, I don't know if the timing would work on Gang Sign, but Gang Sign has rotated or been banned, but also will rotate. So I don't think I need to know, but I'd be interested to know. I feel like it could. Now it wasn't installed when the trigger fires. That's my guess. Can't get instant fan sight since the trigger is already passed with Panto triggers. Yeah, so the idea is that the thing isn't installed at the condition in which it would fire. So like if you jammed out a fan sight, which again rotates, you couldn't score this because this wasn't on the table when the corp scored an agenda. That's my understanding, but that also is wrong sometimes because you can apparently team sponsorship in You can the Zellinger card. Because from my understanding, you can actually like research grant. You can install with team sponsorship a research grant when you after you score a research grant and score that research grant. I don't know. Yo, you sent me what up. Installing a daily cast seems like good value and a decent floor. Yeah, no, there's anything also that fires the beginning of turn is really good to do it on the corpse turn because you get more value, right? Like if you see cards like, and I know this is not a played card, but something like Chisel, right? Like something that gets a counter at the beginning of turn, you get a bit ahead of the, oh, Chisel's not the right one. I'm thinking of the other one, Trapano. Anything that gets a counter at the beginning of turn, if you can sneak that out one turn sooner. This is not a good card for this, but that's the idea. When your turn begins, anything with the turn begins, you can sneak out a bit early, which is nice. Hyperdriver honestly is like fucking sick. You can get a Hyperdriver out, damn, out of nowhere. So good. Ooh, misdirection. Misdirection's cool too, right? Because you could run. Then at that point you're weak to like say you run and you're weak to you run Wayland and then you've interacted with them, so you're scared of Sea Source or hard hitting news, so you put down a no one home, or you can sneak out of Citadel Sanctuary if you're worried about punitive. Like it gives you a lot of flexibility, which is really cool if you steal an agenda. That's neat. Hyperdriver probably rotates. Oh yeah, there's a chance that it does, doesn't it? Oh yeah, because it's in here. Oh, bummer. Wait, how long you can make a name? You yelled what? And I don't know to what. Early Pantograph would let you put Hyperdriver to give you more time. Exactly, yeah, Daojin. That'd be really good. Can see why they're not keeping Haley with this new console. Oh man, she'd be really fun. She'd be really, really, really fun. What are you talking about? It'd be great. Anyways, that's really cool. It's so exciting to see new cards because like just this one card alone, like there's so much brewing we're doing in our heads. And the biggest deal is like understanding how good this card is. We could look at it and say like, I don't know, abstractly, whatever, X star is of card, but it doesn't matter because it comes up alongside a new meta. It comes along like 70 other cards. So figuring out how good this is now versus figuring out how good this is in a month, it's a wildly different thing. Pouring out for Hyper. Yeah, I know. Oh, Morgan got another one. Thank you, Lori. Thanks. Okay. Trust to open this tweet out. Is this Quetzal? Hell yeah, it's Quetzal. So we've seen these arts before, but damn, this looks good. I'm huge into this. Break one barrier subroutine uses ability once per turn. Oh, it has new flavor text. The hue of your soul, the voice of your spirit, the shape of your flesh are yours to decide. Be free. Awesome. Quetzal free spirit, breaking barriers. Gmod. Wait, no, that should have a hyphen in it, right? That's dope. Oh, that's really cool too. The sort of like Mesoamerican-esque tattoo. That might be ignorant. I don't know exactly what culture that's from, but that's what my guess would be. That's awesome. I'm into these frames. These frames are a lot of fun. For what it's worth, the other runners also have yo, sick timing, Morgan. All the other runners also have new flavor text, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Morgan's also writing a lot about like Quetzal as an exemplar of the potential for future humanity, acceptance of oneself and identity, and the understanding of self-determination for others. They stand for freedom, not in the constrained fashion that the word is used so often today, but rather absolute freedom. Fuck yeah, let's go. Quetzal kicks ass. So all the other ones also do have new flavor text. Steve's is I think rather funny. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back, which is, I think, really cool because it's flavorful. And also the fact that he came back kind of out of nowhere is really funny. Also, it's kind of like a boring sentence, and Steve seemed to be like the boringest dude, but I'm into this. I like the new rules text. There was some comments on Reddit. Yeah, the line on Quetzal is technically wrong. It should say like identity G-mod, but that's not the final print copy of the card, so you can time to finish this off. I think they might have said that this was placeholder because they're still working on this formatting. I don't know if that's correct, but it's a bit of a font soup here. Like there's 3 different fonts and different stylings. Actually like 4 or 5 next to each other, which never looks too pleasant. This box also seems to be a lot smaller than it is normally on Netrunner cards. I might be misremembering. Maybe that's not true, but there's still time to work on that stuff. Steve's new arc makes him look like a really creepy uncle. I don't know about that. He's serious, man. He's a serious dude. The other, like, I love this comparison because this other Steve looks like so meek compared to this guy. This guy's up to something. This guy's just like, oh, whoa, I'm here, I guess. Guns, lots of guns. Steve's flavor is supposed to be a John Wick reference? Really? How? What's the new? Wait, I don't even know the new kid flavor. I don't think I paid enough attention to all the flavor on these. Morgan, you're tweeting too much. I don't know how Twitter works, whether I can search for something. I think I just have to like scroll through everything. What's Isla's? Okay, we'll open Isla. And we'll find Chaos Theory. Fucking idiot. My thoughts open, unbound within, unblocked without. Nice. Oh, too much text. Also, this is worth noting on Isla. Isla also doesn't say the word NVRAM anymore. They just say that put those aside, use one of the side-to-side cards. That's elegant. It doesn't have that sort of like Netrunner thing where they give a very specific name to each section, like your R&D instead of your deck. It's not NVRAM. NVRAM was interesting. I don't think they would have printed a card that interacted with NVRAM, but they could have, in theory, like had a console that says with NVRAM. But that would be really awkward because it works with nobody else. But now it just says they're aside, like a cards that you set aside. So whatever. I think that makes it clear. Could Isla's sidecar be fed to Aesop's? No, because it's not installed. That card needs to be installed to be fed to Aesop's. Searching on Twitter. It's in the trailer for John Wick. Oh, 2 or 3. Okay. I misread Ara's new rule text with meaning it was Apex style face down cards. Morgan confirmed this was wrong. Yeah, I assume because it doesn't say installed. Maybe I don't know what the difference on the last Isla text was, but you need it for both for Endless Hunger or for Apex and for Isla. Sorry, for Aesop's Pawn Shop, the card needs to specifically be installed. So. MB Kelly built a Steve deck with a standard pull. When it got announced, it was busted as fuck, so strong. Really? Really? With what? Man, I'm so excited about Steve. Steve is like so cool because like Steve makes your opponent think. It is awesome. There's a lot of times where you pick 2 of the same copy of the card and there's like no decision. But the fact to be like, oh, which card do I have to choose? Oh no, like that's so fun. He also is better at cards that you play that can fire right after HQ runs. Cards like Emergency Shutdown, Political Operative. I think Lucky Charm removes itself from the game. But those cards are fun and underrepresented. I'm into it. It's a really strong ability. It really is. And maybe without A&D, we'll see more of it. Cards in the set-aside zone can't be interacted with by cards that didn't put them there. Is that the rules text? You think Isla is stronger than Andy? No, she's way worse than Andy. She's significant. Well, okay. Andy, different, the context of the different color, like Shaper versus Criminal matters, but Andy is incredibly strong. You get 2 mulligans of 9 cards, which is nutty. You get a Link, which is nutty. You're also playing Criminal, which is really good. This is good. You get 4 cards set aside. You have to do that before your starting hand, which is cool because it affects what you can mulligan into, which is nice. It's okay for combo decks. It's really good for combo decks. It's probably okay for mid-range decks. It also allows you to play more, like, what are they called? Like silver bullet cards, and then just put them in your, I'm still going to call it NVRAM, unfortunately, in your NVRAM and just never pull them out. It's okay. It's definitely not as strong as Andy because it's way more click intensive. As a reminder, these early preview cards are manually mocked up, so you might notice some small discrepancies or inconsistencies, such as Quetzal's type line. Fret not, they will be fixed in the final cards. Yo, thank you. Yeah, I have no doubt. That these are put together to show off the arts and frames and stuff. All this stuff they're going to work on. I have full confidence it's going to be fantastic when it comes out. Not that it isn't already. Yo, Morgan, well done. Thanks for showing this off. So we have a couple more to see, right? We have 1 more Criminal. We have 1 more Anarch. I don't know if they're going to show off Corpse. Do we know what the corps are in System Core? What do you think the corps are in System Core? Isla's a dope runner. It explores the sideboard in a game without one, showing the game's design boundaries. It really illustrates how open Netrunner still is. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. The thing is, like, it's not a sideboard. It's not like these are cards that are going to tech into my deck. It's just like I have access to these cards. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a pedant. But when I think of sideboard, it's just like, okay, these are cards that include to help with certain matchups that have a bad matchup, right? And you can't really do that. You still have to build your deck. There's only 1 Corp ID per faction? Really? Why'd you rate Blue Sun X6? Really? Do we know there's only 1 Corp per faction? D&D? That's wild. I'm super surprised. Yo, huge shout outs to everyone who's put time into the ARG, both on the Nisei side, obviously, but also on the people cracking it. Like, that's awesome. People give a shit and people put effort into it, which is fantastic. That's the word on green level clearance. Oh, wild. Okay. Interesting. My bet for the Corp faction, 6 copies of Blue Sun. Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay, interesting. All right. We got a bit derailed. I just want to catch up. I feel like I missed something. Somebody mentioned something in chat before about Blue Sun. I feel like I got over it. Like I got past it. It can clot immediately? Light, how's it going? You can't actually clot immediately. Because it's when they score the agenda, so you can't. I don't think you can do that. Would you feel more comfortable running a 51 card deck with Isla? No. Would I feel more comfortable? More comfortable than what? Than doing it in any other shaper? Probably. But more comfortable than not doing it? Oh, heavens no. You want as small as your deck as possible. Like that's actually one of the big strengths of Isla. I don't have Isla's card open here. It's that you're somewhat playing a 40 card deck, but also having like this sort of like really good pseudo mulligan. Like that's a really big deal. You're technically playing with a 41 card deck, and that's sick. I don't think you want to make that bigger. Again, the smaller your deck, generally the better you are. The harder deck building though gets, because fuck your fun cards. Play 3, sure gamble. Okay. Oh, versus sports combo when they score twice in a turn. Yes, that's very true, Light. I see what you mean. With sports combo, they score the first agenda, then you can install a Clot. Fuck it, a black file. And then they can't combo out the rest of the turn. Yeah, you're right. That being installed is a really big deal for combo decks. Which is probably the best for giant shaper decks if you just jam it full of tech programs. Yeah, if you're doing huge decks, we did play a huge Woo deck. It was good. It was fun. Big Max is a thing, and I feel like Big Geist is probably what we're going to do next week because it's fun. All right, let's talk about this. Okay, so Haley's rotating, so let's play some Haley. So originally, right now, I think Haley's probably one of the best, or not the best deck in the meta, and I don't know how representative is in Shinteiki.net lobbies, but I feel like it's probably the best deck right now. It's really good. Having cash on top of everything else helps a lot. Lady is also an incredibly powerful card, and I feel like Shaper has some good flexibility against all matchups, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to try and find what a modern Haley deck looks like, and I'll show you the conversation that we got to where we are. So Haley, really strong as we talked before, free installs, really good for Aesop's Pawn Shop, lets you sit back and proco, double install, build up your board very efficiently, and that's a huge deal. And then you have good breakers, you can import some multi-axis or just play indexing. Oh yeah, indexing is a card. It turns out to be really good. So we want to just do the good stuff. So we'll do professional contacts, and then we'll do, what, Pawn Shop. There was a deck recently we played that was just good stuff, Haley. The best feeling with Isla is getting a console under the NV RAM, then drawing your console in a mulligan. Don't have to waste to draw it later. That's true. Okay, so we want to find something that's like post. I'm going to add indexing into this. Oh, that's going to make it really old. But then what's a new card? Harbinger. The old list didn't play Harbinger. That's relatively new. The process Haley is pretty peak reg. Did I miss it somewhere? I just want to find like a modern peak reg Haley. This is probably closest. Big bag of everything seems good. Okay, so check it out. So this ideally is what a good Haley deck looks like, right? So your Haley, you want to mulligan into an aggressive start of Aesop's Cast Proco and then a Beth. And then most turns you Proco 3 times. Proco is really strong. And then you can double install. Now your Aesop's Pawn Shop, which is really good because you're not going to spend too many clicks installing things because you double install. And then not only can you play 3 cash, now that's back, but you also can play 2 or 3 Harbinger, maybe even 3 Harbinger. On top of that, you're Shaper, so you have access to a lot of things. You have access to self-modifying code, you have access to stim hack, you have access to some of the best breakers like Ngolo. You can also play Lady, which is incredibly powerful, especially when you recur. It's so much cheaper now with Simulchip. And then you have all these flex slots. You have Clot to deal with fast advance, you have Misdirection to deal with tags, you have Imp to deal with asset spam, and you're good. You're really, really good. This probably is one of the more reliable and strongest decks in the meta right now. Okay. So you can probably play this and have a good time. It's also fun to play because you do make some good decisions. You are building your board. You have to figure out when to aggress and when to set up. It's honestly pretty fun. 46 cards. Let's fucking go. Now, Diogen posted a deck list a couple weeks ago, which was interesting. But this is where we had a discussion in our Slack channel. And the idea here for this deck, it was based on another deck that is linked here, the Latin Roll deck. But this list is more about ice destruction. And for what it's worth, I haven't seen too much ice destruction in the modern meta, and I'm talking about ice destruction when it comes to having Parasite. Now, Parasite is back with Salvage Memories, and everybody and their dog, unfortunately, is playing like 3x Macrophage. High strength ice is pretty common right now, and then on top of that, people are running Cyberdex Sandbox and Cyberdex Virus Suites on top of that. So the idea of this list is that you're playing Lat, I guess, just to get card draw, because that's fine. You have some breakers, but then you're all in on this plan of 3x Data Sucker to get all the Sucker tokens. You have a Parasite to trash ice, and the single Parasite goes pretty far when you have 3 Simul Chips and then 2 Compile. And Compile is actually hella cute when it comes to bringing your Parasites back. And that's largely it. There's a Plongi in the list, which probably isn't necessary. And then you have a prepaid voice pad economy. Now, I think there's a lot of issues with this list in terms of economy. I feel like the economy of this deck just doesn't exist. The money is just not there. There's no resources, so you don't have Proco, you don't have Beth. Not having Beth in a Shaper list is, as I said to Daijin, you just go to jail, which is a problem. It has Spec Work, 3 Dirty Laundry, Deuces Wild, and that is it for money. And that's just not going to get you there. Now, this was based on this Latin Roll deck, and this Latin Roll deck has a similar sort of prepaid voice pod and engine, but it does have a lot more money with it. Like 3 Lucky Find, 2 Bravado, you already have a lot more money. Also, like 3 Harmony AR Therapy, maybe modded, it's a money card, but not exactly, because you can't use these credits to break things. Harmony to Repeat, though, is really bad. I don't think any deck should ever have 3 Harmony in AR. It's a really slow card. It's going to be expensive unless you have a prepaids, and then putting 5 cards into your deck doesn't help you win. It only is going to help you win if you get to the end of your deck. And you're not going to get to the end of your deck before you win or lose in this deck, is what I'm assuming. You're really not going to. So any card that you have 3 of in a list, this is like a basic thing for deck building. That's a good rule of thumb of most of the time, is any card that's a 3 of in the deck, that's a card you want in your opening hand. That is a card that you consider mulliganing for. That's a card that you want to see in every game you play. A card is a 2 of is a card that you want to see in the game, and a card that's a 1 of is a card that you want to see sometimes. It's a bit different. It's not a hard and fast rule because, again, things like self-modifying code, which this list doesn't have, so it's trying to find its breakers, I guess, with Compile sometimes. But things like self-modifying code in this list obviously changes that math because this can represent anything else. Why don't we play the Endgeist? Oh, is that just a boomerang deck, or what did they call the pirate deck? So the idea is like how to build this, because I really want to see how the Parasite feels modernly, like Parasite, Pressure, and Shaper. And we kind of came to this list. And this list does another really good thing that Shaper classically did with Parasite, which is also playing Atman. The idea is that if you're running Data Sucker and Atman, you can have an Atman at like strength 3 or 4. You can have an Atman maybe at 6, maybe at 0. And the idea is that you're Atmaning some of their ice with Data Sucker support. And then anything that you can't Atman that's too low, you kill with the Data Sucker. This is something called Atmansucker. It was a really, really strong deck for a long period of time, back maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I want to see how it holds up. So our breaker speed is just 2 Atman and 2 Ngolo. There's a chance that 2 Ngolo is 1 too many Ngolos. There's a chance we should have 1 other breaker in there, but this is where we're going right now. We also then just have a basic build for the good stuff Haley. So we're back on our Procos, we're back on our Aesops. But now the one card that I'm really excited to play is that we also have Paolo's Cafe in here. And Paolo's Cafe, I think, might not be as good as it looks at first because it's a bit clumsy, but it's also very interesting. The idea of this card is you can host a program on here or a piece of hardware, and then you can install it. If you install it on your turn, you can actually install things for really cheap because we are running a bunch of really good connections. We have Aesops as a connection. We have Beth. We have Proco. We have Hernando Cortez, which is probably okay. And we have Miss Bones, which this slot could easily be an imp, something like that, but we're also playing Miss Bones. Instead, we can't tutor her, but she's also a connection. You can leave 1 credit on her and she'll permanently be a connection. So it's not that hard for Paolo's Cafe, also Proco, to install things a reduction of 3 or 4 credits. You can also fire this for a premium on the corpse turn to double install, but the idea is that you can have an Atman on here, or you can have a Data Sucker, a Parasite, on here. And then once they res the ice, you can intelligently install your Atman at the proper level, or you can install the Parasite and go. Oh, it has to be a unique connection. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, fuck off, Proco. So it's interesting. For what it's worth, I'm excited about Paolo's Cafe probably more than anything. This card I haven't seen get a lot of play, and I think there's a lot of cool ways to do it. We saw a deck a couple months ago that was putting boomerangs on here, and that's kind of really fun because you can know when to pull them out and you get full information, which is fantastic, but it's not too hard. The Proco is a bit of a bummer, but it's not too hard to have this click to install, which you offload later with a Haley double install to actually save a fair bit of credits, which is kind of neat. Yeah, no Boomerang Paul. Yeah, I don't know if we need it, but Boomerang it'd be an issue. Otherwise, we're just a good Haley list. So this is a combination. I'm worried that we're not going to be able to parasite too often. I think we can still do it. We have 2 Data Sucker. I wish we could get an Ice Carver in this list, but if you draw it late, it kind of fucks up your admins once you pre-install your admins. We have Simul Chip, will let you reinstall the admins, and we have some good Shaper stuff. It's also 47 cards. I'd assume we could probably cut it in Golo. We could also, we're not on 3 SMCs. Maybe it's always right to play 3 SMCs. Maybe we can cut a single Hyperdriver. I don't know. Maybe we can even cut an Akamatsu. Because ideally our suite is like what? 1 slot for trash installs, 1, maybe 2 admins and a parasite. Maybe we can get away with it. Paul is also solid with Chameleon and Cyber Trooper. Yeah, that's actually a consideration for this list. So you could play Cyber Trooper, which is a unique connection, I'm pretty sure. And then you could play, what's it called? Chameleon. And Chameleon's really good with Haley. And Chameleon is probably pretty good with the admin suite because it deals with anything else that you can't deal with. And maybe we don't have to play any Golo, but we'll struggle at anything above 5 strength. Takobi's good too. Takobi is good, but Takobi doesn't work with AI cards. So you can't use Takobi with admin. You can use Takobi with Ngolo though. And you can use it, of course, with Chameleon. So I think Chameleon's interesting. That might slow us down and have too many installs. Maybe if you're doing Chameleon, you'd also want to play a Tech Writer build because you're going to be doing a lot more installs. SegMic plus R&D interface is also an option. Yeah, SegMic is cool, but I think R&D interface is just so much worse than indexing. That being said, indexing, specifically medium, pairs really well with ice destruction. I don't think we're going to be able to destroy too much ice. This is just going to be a card that I think is going to be in our pocket when somebody reses like a tour guide or a 1 strength ice, like a border control we don't want to deal with. But for what it's worth, if we do have a Paula's Cafe and it's like juiced up, we can cheaply install R&D interfaces, which is interesting if we want to go that way. Paula's not a connection. Yeah, I know Paula's is not. So we have to do like Hernando, Bones, Beth, and Pawsnhop. Oh, Diogen said it, yeah. Yeah, it's still okay. The thing is, like, we're probably not going to install all of these. We'll see. Like, I don't know if installing Miss Bones in a bad matchup is worth it just to get the Paul's credit. I doubt it. Maybe if we install it for free, and then you can always pawn it if you don't want it. Let's give it a shot. It's interesting, because, like, I feel like we've compromised. Like, we're far away. We're not that close to, like, oh my god, single-minded parasite hell, which I think can be fun, but maybe not right for the meta right now, even though this is the meta that parasite exists in. We're not fully into Paula's Cafe, which might be a bummer because this card seems really fun, but we're somewhere hopefully just kind of propped up by the fact that we play enough good Shaper stuff that we can, you know, float. We're also 47 cards, so that's great. For a terrible suggestion, Da Vinci is rotating too. Oh yeah, man. But Da Vinci is the kind of card we play in Geist, right? And make Dumbbrick proud. Oh my god, what a deck. If that Dumbbrick deck rotates, but I guess Geist rotates, it's going to happen. It's good for Trigger Haley and Shaper mid-run shenanigans. I think focusing too much on Paula's discount. Yeah, I don't think you need to focus on Paula's discount. I totally don't think you do. I don't think you should play unoptimal connections to make Paula's better. I think the Hernando Cortez maybe is suspicious. We'll see what the meta looks like. If people are resing 11 credits a Nancy, maybe that's fine. It's not an expensive install either. But yeah, Paula's on its own it's good enough. It's good enough, especially if you're running, what's it called? But that's also the issue, right? Oh, well, not true. There's no way to like give you clicks to host programs. We'll see. Only mid runs, you don't have enough clicks to draw up to targets to get Haley triggers. Not that you need a click to put the card on pause, a click to draw it, then you want the Haley trigger on your turn too. Yeah, well, the idea is that like, I think the click to put on Paula's is very expensive when it comes to things like Chameleon. Like, you're right, that is very difficult. But like, I feel like our deck probably doesn't get that much use. Like, I feel like a lot of times we just install on Paula's and then immediately install off of it. Yo, Close is going to play some Blue Sun, huh? Fucking Parasites and Blue Sun Ice. Good luck, guys. If you don't know, Close plays a heck of a lot of Blue Sun. Opening hand, it's okay. It's not amazing. We generally want to mulligan into a Proco, a Pawsnhop, or even a Beth, which is only a 1 of. So we're going to mulligan this hand, but this hand is like not awful. Like we have, this is a tempo install. This is, no, we can do a lot better than this. Ooh. The Parasite is only going to hit an Afshar if anything. But Parasite's really rough against their ice because they can bounce the ice with the Parasite on it. Admin's going to be pretty hard. Do we end up like adminning 8? If we end up adminning 8, their Chiashis look really silly. This is worse, barring Don't Ice R&D. Yeah, Hernando will definitely do work here. This is Blue Sun, so once a turn, they mulled as well. Thanks, you too. They can bounce a res card for full idea. So the idea of what we should keep in our opening hand is a way to contest an early oversight AI or an building blocks, doesn't matter. So ideas like even having stim hack SMC would be good enough. Did they ice R&D? Oh, do we just indexing them? Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Okay, we can take an early Audacity and then we can choose the order of the next cards. Or sorry, an early Project Atlas. So Crisium Grid, we don't need that for a minute. They can draw that pretty well. We don't want them to draw into Mouseless. We don't want them to draw into the IPO because a lot of their ice is pretty expensive. They could actually have some really awkward starts where they open up with like a couple Orions and Shiashis and they can't afford it. So we'll bury that. You can top deck the Audacity, we don't care. We just have to know that they have it. The Crisium Grid also won't matter for a while. So we can draw once here, and we don't really have a double install here, so we're just going to single install Hyperdriver. We can't install a self-modifying code because that'd be 5MU. Turn 1 index, yeah, right? Oh my god. We would actually mulligan into Hernando. It does a lot. OAI and building blocks does get around it, but it does hurt in the long run. So that's probably the Mouseless, right? Okay, so we'll pop this, and then we really need to draw into something that gives us credits. That's bad. That's okay, so we can double install that. We can keep drawing. We'll double install those more likely. Probably keep drawing. Yeah, so I think we just do, this is one, that's one. Then we'll have 5 cards in hand. You probably just click for credit. So you can't take these credits mid installs. So next turn we have a double install in hand. We could these two. I don't want to install this. So I think we're just gonna install the daily cast here and click for credit. And the next turn pick off again. But yeah, this is really bad. You generally open up with a Proco in most games. I don't know what your chances of mulliganing straight into Proco with a 3 of. You get it most of the time. But this looks really rough. We have no Proco, no Aesops. But again, that's 6 cards in 37. We'll get there. Remember the SMC hyper install? The thing is like the order matters, right? That's the Crisium, that's fine. They're doing nothing. Oh my god, they're gonna draw into an IPO soon enough. And at least we get it. It's sometimes hard to fire your hyperdriver, so it looks like we're gonna get off the hyperdrivers in the early game. That's a double install. Just give us a fucking Proco. Shit, fuck. Oh my god, this is so bad. Okay. All right, we'll be fine. Everything from this point on is really good. So we have a double install here if we really want to, where we could do a simul chip into Akamatsu, but it's pretty rough. The Miss Bones does deal with the Crisium, probably Crystallium only, yeah, right? You gotta put this there just to scare them, because sometimes that shows up in shaper lists. Like I don't know what to do here. We can click for credits, discard it. I think we end up discarding the Miss Bones in this matchup. I feel like the Parasite, we probably, I don't know when we're ending on a Parasite. We don't have the MU to put the data sucker and just charge archives. So I think we're going to click 2. Next turn we can double install these. Fuck, I'll just bite the bullet. Just install that shit. I'm suggesting the install instead of click for credits. The thing is I want the credits because I want to top deck Proco and play Proco. And we can't. Like if we were on 0 credits there, it would be really bad if we drew into Proco. Like we want to be floating around 4 or 5 credits. We see like this is exactly why. Now we don't have a double install here unless we click to 7. Oh god, our hand is so clumsy. Do we just do Proco draw? Aesops is a 1 in 10 chance basically. Do we put down Miss Bones? I think we might. I think we might just do nonsense. Okay. I think we can click up here and throw out the data sucker. Oh, we had a second Angola. We definitely should have thrown out the second Angola. Fuck that. This deck cut Diesel. This deck never had Diesel. Yeah, it did cut Diesel. And Diesel's really good for this sort of situation. But after that point, it's a bit worse where you're trying to Proco every turn. But now they ice up everything. This is why I didn't like the data sucker. Just give us a pawn shop. And then we have a double install. They did nothing. Oh man, this is so good because we're not going to get blown out by an OAI unless they maybe double ice it because we have N'Golo in our pocket. We're now set up that we can install these two. We can get the pawn shop down right before the cast destroys itself, which is really good. We can draw one, discard one, double install. Okay, so we're out of the ravine or whatever you want to call it. SMC gives us access to not much. Oh, misdirection, Clot. That's not nothing. We have another data sucker in the list. Every credit click instead of instant install is a card lost? Yeah, sure, but I don't know if we're gonna need all the money. I see what you mean. Like discarding cards feels really bad for Aesops. I think you're right about that. But I don't think we're gonna need every single. This looks like a Rashida if anything. They're at 12. What's the Orion to res? 15? Okay. But now we're off to the races. Need a cafe now. Yeah, cafe would be pretty good. We have 2 triggers. Okay, I think they can have whatever this is. If it's a Rashida, it's pretty bad. We could actually start poking HQ here, but we want to get our breaker down for sure. Because we don't want to lose that to like, it wouldn't be the worst. There's the cafe. We don't have too cute of a double install here. I think we want to just put down our N'Golo and Harbinger. No, we probably just want to install the Paula's Cafe and then put the N'Golo on it. It's a bummer we don't have another install here. But we're going to start using this because this actually gives us a lot of money. And I think we use this on the corpse turn. We actually pay 6 for this for an extra install. I don't think it's worth it. Yo, Cody, what's up? Now this looks like a deck I can get behind. It's good Haley with Paula's. Okay. SDS, food, 8 credits. NGO is also not unlikely. So upon, doesn't matter. The cash into the bin is, I think, more flexible. So we do have the N'Golo. We want them to res some stuff here. They can get up to 16, which won't be too bad. I think we can just run here. What do we want to Proco into? Getting that SMC is also pretty cute. If we have the SMC, we can install it from hand with N'Golo. Yeah, we'll start here with a poke. Pawn catch is technically correct because of memory. Yeah, because of memory too. That's very, very true. There's the aftershard. So this is the thing that you parasite, if anything. So we can break this. So this we actually end up paying 3. Install another program from your grip. Yeah, okay. Do we want to parasite this? It won't die this turn. And they'll probably bounce it. So I'll install the SMC for flexibility. They can still res a Surveyor, but we can still deal with it. I think it's an NGO front. There's a Surveyor, okay. So now it has to be an NGO front or they're in a really bad spot. Now this could be a blowout if it is a Surveyor. We could pull a misdirection, I think. Yeah, okay, that's a problem. The border control. Okay. So the data sucker would be really good here at this point, but we're too far past that. They only have 4 credits though, so we can consider running HQ. If we let this fire though, they get 3. So what's our play to break this? We'd have to admin 1. I don't think admin 1's that good in this list. It's only just the Afshar and the border controls. That's the problem, is that we don't actually have a Fractor, so we have to basically parasite the border controls. Blue Sun really fucks with us. Shit. Yeah, Blue Sun really does fuck with us because we can't deal with the 1. We have to do admin 1, which is really bad for everything else. Okay, we did double install. Yeah, this is where we need to like run archives and get a data sucker. I regret not having the data sucker, but I think MU might have been an issue. We've already double installed. We don't need another Proco here. I just want to keep the money up. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm at 1+ data suckers. Yeah, the data suckers might be a bit hard to get to. I think they might have macrophage in a list. Single, that looks like a sandbox or an atlas. Take our clicks. We'll pawn the casts. We're 9 credits. Our econ's really good. Put Parasite on pause? Yeah, I think you're right about putting Parasite on pause. That would have been better than the Harbinger for sure. Yeah, putting stuff on pause is way better than installing it onto the Haley ability. The thing is we need a Data Sucker always, and the Parasite on pause becomes so fucking good. I think we slam HQ. I think we do run HQ. What are we trying to Proco into? I think we run HQ and then we do SMC for Parasite. But we can't install the second SMC then. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Parasite out turn, well, can't now? Oh, fuck you. Yeah, you're 100% right. Parasite out turn is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been really, really good. So we actually can, yeah. Okay. Atlas, okay. Well, we're on technically game point, but I think they'd be on food over anything else. So that's pretty good. So the idea is that we install Parasite here. So we just want to get credits or get ready to stim hack that. So we'll basically draw Proco and then we'll put the Parasite on here. Oh, Beth is really good too. If they score, probably not. So okay, that's good. Yeah, we definitely did that poorly. We definitely want to instant Parasite some stuff. I don't know if instant Parasiting the Afshar is good. Instant Parasiting the border control looks like, you know, the bee's knees here. I'd rather do that. This is not that bad. This is 3 credits to go through. The bigger issue is that we have to eat something with the Parasite, so we end up like eating the SMC. Oh, that's really awkward. I think putting Harbinger would have been better. Well, we want the Parasite so that we can install it mid-run. Or even on their turn. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, fuck. You're totally right. We're playing this terribly, right? Because if we put the Harbinger on there, we pay 1 credit to install the Harbinger, and then we Parasite this from hand. Because now we actually have to, this is, I think we still just install this, and then we install the Harbinger. Good enough. Wait, oh, we're over MU. Yeah, right. I forgot about that. If you farm that on, yeah, but you can only farm for so long because they can bounce their ice and reposition it. It's not as bad. Okay, so we're playing this terribly so far. I take full responsibility for that. This is an 8 strength code gate. Yeah, they didn't bounce the border. I don't know if you want to bounce the border. Okay. So they're only at 4 credits, but they're gonna bounce this and they'll be at 19. We're not safe from punitive. We can immediately simul-chip out Data Sucker on the Afshar. It's not an easy deck to pilot, lots of triggers. Yeah, for sure. I'm rusty at Shaper. And knowing where to spend your resources is a big deal. Like, I think we might actually just want to Parasite this immediately with simul-chip. I just wish we had something in hand to install alongside it. Okay. Are we worried about punitive or hard any news? No, because we always technically have access. I think we're just going to farm Data Sucker tokens. Yeah, we'll just eat our Haley ability, unfortunately. Oh, did we trash the program? Technically, no, because we did that on their turn. It's letting us do it? Oh, because we did that on our turn. Oh, we fucked up the trigger. Oh, hold on. Whoops. I'm just gonna do click. Oh, you trashed Harbinger. Yeah, right. Brick, how's it going? Yeah, okay, never mind. I don't have to be worried. We're fucking nailing it out here. Yeah, I forgot to click the Data Sucker, so it immediately get trashed. Man, Harbinger to get free parasites feels really good. Okay. And now they really have to purge at some point. Again, if that's a 4-2, but they can also make a lot of money here. Building blocks, that's not great. This is where also getting imps would be really good, but we're playing Mistbones instead. It's technically less influence. Audacity, we knew that. I don't think they have another agenda in there. We are trading away. I'm going to put down Beth, because I think they're going to bounce this. Can also slam R&D. Yeah, you're right. It has a Chrysium though, so our data sucker might not go too far. And we're assuming this is a mouseless, so they actually could probably res it on 4, but now they're at 19, so they're going to put the Orion there. Good luck trying to parasite an Orion. What do we have to do? The 4-2 sandbox? Yeah, right? Okay, so it's not an Orion, but they have 14 credits, so it could be Chiashi. I don't know what the math on Chiashi is, but at least we'll get a free card. We want to actually trash the face down ones because we want to keep these on the turns that we simul-chip, and I don't think we're simul-chipping this turn. Okay, so we need to get this down an index. That's probably the way that we win. So we need to figure out what this is. Does Parasite trigger before border? Well, they can fire it on encounter or on approach. The thing is, like, Parasite checks at all points at times. Chiashi gets really bad at admins on the board. Oh, because we mill 4? Yeah, it does. It really does. I just don't know what the numbers are on Chiashi. They also might not be Chiashi wrist. I assume they are with 3 building blocks. But it's 8 strength. This is 8 strength. So admin 8's like, okay. But we really need to, what's it called, to stim hack that out. We've already used 2 SMCs. So we need to like get an admin in the bin or admin on Paula. Speak of the devil. Okay. We didn't get punished last turn. I feel like we just want to set up and get through here. So I think we're going to double install simul-chip into Akamatsu, and then we'll put an admin on there. Hopefully we stim hack this out at some point. You instant adminate, yeah. Yeah, we definitely do. There you go. Atlas with token. They found the last Atlas. So that's as good because we got 2 Atlases. So the Audacity in hand only like enables weird plays around Clot. It's not as flexible. Oh yeah, we have sure gambles. Sick. There's a lot of sure gambles in there. So I think we just do sure gamble, run R&D. We can use the Mistbones money to transfer whatever's there. I'm assuming it's a mouseless here. Yeah, there you go. We deal with mouseless relatively well. Can we give them a credit? Honestly, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a credit. They can bounce this for 15. Just realized this is close. He loves Blue Sun. Yeah, Cody. He plays the shit out of Blue Sun. So let's see if he reses this. If he reses this, like we don't get the data sucker token, but we do trash it and he doesn't get the 3 credits back. Again, the money probably doesn't matter. So there's, well, hey, okay, confirmed. God, JNet's so good. It didn't used to do this. All right, so now we need to set up an indexing. Unfortunately, we don't have one. Do we have a double install this turn? Not really. I think we just put the cast down though. We could install this from hand and also install the misdirection. I don't think we want to do that. I think we'll just install the cast and be good. This is where like putting R&D interface in the deck might not be terrible. Like we install R&D interfaces for dirt cheap. Oh, draw for Hernando. I forgot how fucking good Hernando is. Yeah, we have Hernando in there. Oh man, Hernando would slap. Yeah, you're right. Oh man, Rezu Chiyashi for like, what, 15? Seems good. They're not bouncing this too, which gives them very little flexibility. Not that you should be bouncing your ice just to reinstall it. Like that's pretty rough for you. But if we try into an indexing here, they're in a bad spot unless they border control this. Looks like Rashida, we're gonna get a credit. Just get an indexing. 2 and 14. Hernando is here. We're not gonna run. Fuck. We don't have a double install this turn. You can install 2 Procos. That's buck wild. And now they're gonna draw into something good. I'll just play Hernando. No thanks. I don't want a second Proco. Thanks for asking though. We also could just get like fed up. Yeah, there goes Rashida. So they're gonna draw a lot. They probably, I don't know if they have a second Chrysium, but they'll probably get a second ice on R&D. But at least now they're above 12 credits. So the Hernando tax is real. So again, 15 credits are as a Chiashi. It's 18 credits for an Orion. Even 7 for a Mouseless. Oh my god. It's also 100% worth knowing that indexing is probably not the right play here because they do have an Atlas token. But at least then maybe we can run HQ. Hit Proco last click, we have doubles in hand. Oh yeah, we could have just pro-code there. We didn't need to get Hernando down here. There's a building blocks. That's a Chiashi. This res is ignoring all costs and install ignoring all costs, so they don't have to deal with Hernando. Single advance here, so it might look like they're audacing out something. But that looks like a Cyberdeck sandbox. We get, oh, they're also under 6 credits, which is absolutely so good for them. I think you should have pitched a Proco with 11 cards left and Paula being cheeky. Yeah, we definitely should have Procoed once more. We don't have to keep these. It doesn't look like they're trying to tag us. But they do have a lot of money, and this is going to be difficult if we get the admin out. So we can actually still kind of run this. The problem is like adminning Surveyor is stupid. You missed your pawn shop trigger? Oh yeah, sick. Thank you. Thanks. Chat delay didn't get us. Stimac admin not 8. The problem with this is that it mills 4 cards. Or 6 cards. So it's not great. Now we can Ngolo it. It's not that bad. But like I think we actually do want another breaker in this deck. I don't think it's Chameleon. Maybe this is just a bad matchup because of Chiashi. They did install one. I think we're going to poke HQ. We proc it once. Yeah, there's the indexing. I think we just index here and get the shuffle, and then we run HQ based off of what they pull to hand. We actually want to give them money here. Probably sell a chip there for Simul. Yeah, maybe it's better because of Simul that we keep something else. I think you're right about that. We could have maybe pawned a Akamatsu. Okay, Hyobu Precog Manifold, motherfucker. So the order here doesn't really matter. But we know that they're on that, which is wild. I don't know how much influence that card is. It's 3. Wow. So I have to watch out. It's not very good with 5/3s. But now we'll run back and they'll shuffle. Which is okay. And if this is a sandbox, we're like kind of incentivized to use the data sucker tokens. I think we will. Because we actually can save a couple credits. Hyobu's so underrated. Yeah, kind of is. They didn't shuffle? Oh, they thought it was a bluff. Maybe they're forgetting about that Project Alice token. Oh, no. Oh, no. Because sometimes people bluff there. We also could die to punitive here pretty easily. The old indexing double. Yeah, the second run back is so good. And this is really good, right? Because they can add a card to their hand without any sort of pressure here because we can't like run HQ. But okay, so we're 1 indexing for the win. It's 1 in 10. Hopefully for the win. I don't know if this is an Audacity into food. It doesn't look like it. But if it's a sandbox, like they purge, lose data sucker tokens, they're not bouncing. You have to bounce before mandatory. And they just drew a hedge fund, so that's not ice. Next turn we can probably the daily pawn the casts after taking 2 off of it. Hernando is not going to fire this turn. Yeah, okay, with NGO front it's a bit different. But they might consider jamming here. And again, if we have like pretty good idea that it is literally, that is an agenda, we can always just eat the Chiashi and get through that. Like Atman 8, you can go with this, nothing to it. This list slaps? Which one? Theirs or ours? Because theirs is pretty fun. Ours is fun too. That's the border control they pulled to hand. So that looks like an agenda we're never going to get. So give me a Proco, an indexing with the Beth draw. Damn it. Ours. Ooh, that was a mistake? What was a mistake? Uh-oh. I get scared whenever I read that. For them? Yeah, it might be. I need to zoom out. That server got too big. Okay. So indexing is 1 in 9. They're exactly... Oh, 8 strength surveyor. You're totally right. Holy shit. Thinking. So if this is border control... We admin 8. This costs us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, but then they eat the border control and then the surveyor becomes 6. No, we can't do it. We can't do it. Yeah, border pop though, yeah. So I still think we just tunnel R&D. We could consider running HQ because they might goof it and forget about Hernando. We'll proc out once for indexing. Okay, we do have a double install. I don't think we're going to need this misdirection. We'll run HQ, run R&D. If they score this, it's fine. We'll just get some data sucker tokens. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, if we simulchip here, it's pretty awkward. Okay, we don't have to kill that. We could consider doing it, but we can do it next turn. They also paid fucking 5 credits for that. Kyobu Precog Manifold. Yeah, fuck off. Can't use Mistbones. It has to be for installed cards. So I kind of want to draw a bit more. I don't think we have to sure gamble this turn. So we'll double install. But we have to draw into the indexing, so we'll double install here. We'll do this before they can purge. And we'll definitely throw out the 3rd Proco. All right. Yeah, there's a sandbox. So we're going to lose the data sucker turns. They're going to get 6 credits, but we're in a pretty comfortable spot. We can parasite this and we can choose where to go. We're only going to get credit. We just literally want the indexing. We probably can close the game off, but I think we will parasite this, slam HQ, try and clear it out, maybe run R&D once. Because this server is a problem. We have to snap, we have to get the card before it's a problem for us. So we're going to go ahead and pawn the cash so that we can easily use simulchip. They're also not threatening out a fast advance play, so we don't have to keep a simulchip in for Clot. I'm going to proc once. Okay, that may have been a mistake. We don't have a double install here, do we? No. I guess we break it this time. Overstate AI, okay. Say Parasite for border control? Oh yeah, now we have a real threat with border control, you're right. Yeah, 100%, you're totally right. On approach, they have to fire it before we do. Yeah, you're 100% right. We can still contest this. Okay, so we'll proco once. Another stim hack is good. We can run R&D here. I think we'll run R&D instead of playing all this other stuff. Gives us a data sucker counter, and we do see an access. I don't care about the money. They can still have the money. Get a single access. Atlas in there somewhere? No, we got all 3 Atlases out. Another oversight. Wow, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, so we know they have Audacity. So if they do install Advance on a food, it still can be game point, even though it doesn't look like it, because they do advance Audacity for the next 4 agenda advancements. They have 2 OAIs, one from the top of deck, one in hand. They have to use their Blue Sun ability before the start of turn, because start of turn triggers happen before mandatory draw. So they're going to return the Orion, probably to put it on a central server. We'll be okay. Precog, what the hell? Heart would be solid in this list? I don't think so. I feel like you generally win before heart matters, and I don't even know what you heart back. Like, it's such a low tempo play. Right? Like, this could be game. This 100% could be game here. They have 20 credits, though, so the rest will be important, but expensive, but we know exactly what this is. So I'm going to go pawn the misdirection, so simulchip is more flexible. We have 5 clicks. Too slow? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we have 1 in 5 on indexing. The problem is if we call this remote wrong, it's an issue for us. It's a big issue for us if we call this remote wrong. The cool thing is we can call the border control before it's a problem, right? Border control we can always do. This could easily be an NGO front. There's only 1 more in the list. And maybe they think they're very good about the food play because they have the Audacity in hand, which we know. See if he res border, if he does jack out. Yeah. We also could just stim hack this. And if they immediately pop it, it's a problem. Yeah, I think we just stim hack this twice. I think we do. If they pop the border control, whatever. Like, they can immediately pop the border control before we can spend credits. I gotta say action. Oh, but we can only mill it on encounter. Because they could eat the stim hack immediately. And then we don't get the 9 credits, but then we just stim hack back to get out the admin. I don't even think we need it. Okay. So now we can get through here. Now this, honestly, we could probably trace through. And before stim hack hits second stim hack, you fucking bastard. You called it. Andre, I think you're doing a lot of mustaching during the stream. I did not notice your mustache is starting now. It's a 2-day growth. Oh, man. Will indexing back? Has Mirage seen more play, Philip? No, I haven't seen it. Now, me too. I still think we can make it back, though. Like, we have 4 fucking clicks. So we know admin is install for, like, what? -1, -2, -3, -4. So we install admin for free. We put 8 credits on it. We're at 8. Then this is 9, 10, 11. This is 12, 13. I'm going to draw once for the indexing. Fuck. Draw twice for indexing? Yeah, I think you're right. Shit. We could draw once more for indexing. We could draw once more for indexing, right? Because this is 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wait, do we actually even have the money? So this is 8. We lose our indexing. Could have killed the surveyors by getting 2 more data sucker tokens? Oh, that's true too. Yeah, if we had more data sucker tokens, the surveyor would have been dead too. But I think we just didn't go to it. So this is 8, then 9, 10, 11. We can even let the net damage happen if we want. 9, 10, 11. And then this is 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're good because we can always. So I'm gonna draw once more. All right, guys. Indexing is in there somewhere. I agree with Solomir. Admin 4 for the surveyor? No, Admin 4 for the surveyor is really bad. Because they just put another piece of ice there and it's bad unless we data sucker it. Like we're just gonna data sucker it and pay 4 with Ngolo. No. I think we want to do Admin 8 because we know they have Orion as well if we don't win here. Install hosted. Oh yeah, it's 1 credit to install. I forgot about that. Good old Admin 8. Yeah, see indexing. We never knew you. Oh wait, when you run a break to the subroutine while there's an A installed, you can fire the Chiashi mill thing. This one counter, we'll paint it. We'll use 2 data suckers, I guess. We actually don't need to. We could have saved the. So we lost indexing and gamble. Feels bad. We also could in theory consider taking the tags, but if this is an NGO front, we're gonna look stupid. Ah, it's a food. There you go. They were going for the Audacity play. They were going for the Audacity play. Good game. There was a wee window there where every resed ice on the remote was 8 strength. Oh, man. Chiashi apparently is not automated now. Well, I shouldn't have repositioned that around. Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Yeah, Amity gets through that so well. Ooh. Yeah, so our last cards, it was actually the next card down was with the indexing. But the border control play fork was really cool with the data sucker. We definitely could have played more optimally by pre-simul chipping. Like we barely used our ability on the corpse turn, but you want to do that, especially with the parasite. This is a strange matchup where you can't just like leave a parasite stewing because they can bounce it. And they have a lot of big ice. So this is maybe not representative. Most games I reckon you have Admin 4, Admin 5. Oh, whoa. You had a really slow opening. I didn't realize that it could mean flood. A lot of time Blue Sun just draws the Operation Ice combos poorly. But Shaper got a set up. Yeah, so apparently they drew really bad. The thing that I've played a fair bit of Blue Sun, and like sometimes you just draw a bad opening, especially when you mulligan, where you get like your expensive ice, but you don't get hedge funds or IPOs, and especially not building blocks or oversight AIs. So the openings can be really, really stagnant. Apparently they just flooded up as well, but like there's turns where they ended up with like they're just clicking for credits. It looks awful. Told you to check archives? Yeah, maybe at some point we should have. I don't know if I missed that, when that was. When they threw stuff away. Because I'm not paying enough attention when they discard cards. I don't pay enough attention to the log. It's so much obvious in person when they do it. I need to pay more attention to that. Because when they're discarding cards of those early turns, that's really awkward. Tilt to runner hard. Yo, Pat says, just saw the updated wording on Quetzal's ability. What did they change the wording? I didn't realize that. I know there's flavor text. It's really cool. Yeah. That's super cool. We saw the audacity early. So we had a read on that food play there. 0 credits for the ability. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't. 0 credits to break 1 barrier, but it says we use once per turn, right? It's explicitly a paid ability. I didn't realize that. Does that change anything meaningfully? Also, we played a 47 card deck, and we technically, like, it's hard to say that we strictly got punished for it, but like, we can draw the things we need. And the fact that you need Proco turn 1 is a really good reason not to play a 47 card deck. Navi Sansan, yeah, I think so. Oh, Jay Whalen, shit. Jay Whalen plays a whole lot of like, they're a big Sandburger. Oh, Titan Transnational might not be Sandberg, but Clot here is a really good deal. Opening hand, we do have something to install. We have Beth and Aesop, so we don't have access to Clot, but we'll definitely keep this hand. Turn 1, we can install Beth Pawsnhop. Oh no, we'd probably do, depending on their money, maybe we don't do Beth, maybe we do Aesop's cast. Maybe we'll draw a couple times. Hey. Maybe I peg people too close. Like, I know I played 1 or 2 games against Wayland would play Sandberg, but it doesn't mean that they're a Sandburger. Oh, Mumbai City Grid. Yeah, right. Whoops. Okay, Hostile. We're going to have some bad publicity. That actually goes relatively far when SMC, especially Palace Cafe. That's some good ways to use it. And now there's a good reason to put down Beth turn 1. So we don't have a lot of turns in this game, so we want to set up as quickly as possible. We can definitely draw up. Okay. So what's the best install? Double Harbinger? No, I think we want Beth. I think we need to get an SMC stat. So we'll do Beth into this, and then we'll just install a cache. But we might want to go even faster than this. Is cache strictly worse than Harbinger? Yeah, it is. Poke for Atlasio? Maybe. I don't know. We need to get our SMCs. We only have 2 of them. The early pokes, like if they had an Atlas in hand, they had Audacity, they'd probably score it. I don't know if I love the poke. I just want to get SMC down, because if they have SMC down, the game is totally different. And simul chips. We get a free card draw though. Okay, Proco's good. Can we afford Proco? Do we do credit Proco daily cast? I think we can get away with it. Oh, no, do you Proco in this matchup? Are cool simul chip plays when you have cash in the bin? Yeah, there are. Do you put Proco in this matchup? Yo, chat, do you put Proco in this matchup? Because we could like click for credit, do Proco casts. I think we do. I don't think we need a lot of money. Yeah, we have Clot. We do have Clot. I think I will do it. Double Harbinger first. Yeah, you're right. Double Harbinger is better than clicking for credit. That's for sure. Yeah. I like that play way better. Still nothing. Fuck. Yeah, Double Harbinger is way better. I don't even know that first turn is really good, where you do like triple click install hard, because triple click install Proco data cast turn 1. I think it's an optimal turn 1. Red level clearance, a lot of flexibility. You always Proco? I don't know if you always Proco. Like, we're on turn 3, so maybe. If we drew on turn 6, no. Don't put people in a box. Look at the same JNet decks I've been playing for months. Yeah, I hear you. All right, so they just gained 2, drew 2. So they're not going to do anything crazy this turn with having 3 clicks left over. We might want to poke here. Something on R&D, probably Crisium is my guess. It seems really good against indexing. And the value of the indexing changes so hard on the value of or whether Alice is scored or not. Okay, free card draw. Beth is doing so good. Get us. That's good. That's really good. I think we poke here, and then we double install. What's the worst poke here? Mouseless, I think, because we actually have to respect the tag. It might be a Sandstone and Afshar. Nothing. Okay. Reconstruction Contract. We'll trash that for sure. That's a combo card. So we'll install this and install that. That's perfect. Now, they could be a hard-hitting news list. That's true. And we don't have access exactly to misdirection this turn, but we do have Hyperdriver into a lot of clicks, so we can probably get away with it if we really need to. Secret Komainu Splash. Oh my god. Brainstorm. Fucking GG. So easy. Oh man. Have they been filtering cards? Have they been flooded again? They drew the early foods? Yeah, they might have. And now they double iced HQ. Okay, well, we definitely have a breathing window here, but they might have done the same thing our opponent did before. Oh, we should have pawned the one face down. I should have known better. We got a free card from Beth. So good. Okay. All right. Okay, great. So getting a Clot in Paolo's Cafe is also amazing. So that'd be really good. We still haven't found an SMC again. We can thin our deck. Double Daily Cast isn't our priority here. Getting the Simon chip down is pretty okay. We have something to pawn. So we'll do these two probably. I don't know. I think we're just going to we can throw out so many cards once we get our SMC down. So probably double Simul chip. I don't know if we ever need to sure gamble. We can install two more if we really want to. I'll just install the MU. You'd install Paul's? Paul's actually is really good because it lets us clicklessly install things on the corpse turn, and we can get away with it, especially with the bad publicity. Also, this goes a bunch farther. If we're building data sucker tokens too. Oh, this is really hard. Yeah, to get Haley triggers on their turn seems really pleasant. Especially when we can do this one. What is the least impactful card? They might be on CVS. I think we can get away with the cast. Cast is good though. It's like 6 credits clicklessly. That might actually be better than the gamble. Admin's good. It's bad against Sandstorm. But it's good against Mouseless. Advance. Double advance. Someone has a fucking Whoredom here. Someone has a Whoredom here, huh? That's what Whoredoms look like. I've seen Whoredoms before. We're gonna get another free card draw. We should technically let Beth fire before we Aesops, but it's not really a big deal. Please, an SMC. Ah, fuck. Do you want to just parasite them? Akhet more likely? Oh yeah, maybe Akhet is more likely. We can double parasite and start running like archives and like going buck wild. Yeah, whatever. Parasite. The problem is like we can't parasite. I don't love this play because we can't aggressively use our Simon chips for parasites. If you get cast ticking so you have cash for future Haley triggers, yeah, I think cast triggering would be pretty good because, well, we still have a couple things to pawn, but casts are really, really good. I can't believe they're doing so little here, and we just need SMCs. We just need to draw a Clot, so we have 3 and 25. So it's like 1 and 8 to draw something really, really impactful. Trickle Light. Oh yeah, Trickle Light's actually probably more accurate light. I think you're right. We also should be running. Like we need to make them spend money. Triple advance though. Oh, we got 5 clicks. It's Proco once. Okay. So we can see what this is. I think it's a Whoredom. If it's a Whoredom, we install the Atman and then we install like the Angola from hand. We'll see what they do here. It is an Akhet. So place 1 advancement, gain a credit. So this is probably not worth the advancements they paid for it. It is 5 strength. So I think we're going to go do Atman 5 for Mouseless and for this. Ah, stop. So now we can't deal through a Whoredom or an Afshar, but should run archives first? Oh, it's true. Yeah, it gives us a lot more flexibility. We want to go low number with Admin. I see what you mean. This doesn't scale it. It's a border control. Okay. It's good to know. All right, so we have some reasons to put a Parasite on Paulo's Cafe now, but we're in an okay spot. Let's keep setting up. We put some pressure on. I think we want to put pressure on R&D now. I think a Sandstone actually comes in at 5 strength, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Eli. Yeah, fuck. 4 strength ammo with Data Sucker would be good. Do we click through this? Probably not. I think we want to set up. People don't play this card. With Lady, it's really bad. But we don't have Lady. Well, not really bad. Ah, beans. We'll never get to play that. We did a double install this turn. I'll just put this down so we have access to it. Yeah, those casts we need to get down. Yeah, oh, they're giving us so many windows to get SMC down. We know we hit 1 Rococo. No Alice's so far. Even those axes on HQ are a big deal, but we definitely need to Parasite this, or we don't have a good way to break in unless we Atman 1. Wow, okay. This is the thing, is like if you just bait out Clots, like they have to build a remote server, and that's not a game that they win usually. So we still have a lot of time. Jesus, did you hear that? The cat. Okay. Miss Bones, we'll deal with Chrysium. Not an important install. Indexing is an important install, but we have to deal with what's probably Chrysium. We'll keep drawing. Fuck, 47 cards. Yeah, we only have 2 SMC in the list, 100%. Both of us are doing nothing. And I feel like I'm if we didn't have to get the SMC thread out, we'd be running archives. We've been building Data Sucker tokens. We'd be doing that at low Atman, but we're not. Install cast and bones? I don't know if we need to. I like the double cast. It's actually good though to have your cast on different turns, so they wind down at different turns, so you can get more pawn shop value. So maybe cast and bones is good for that reason. Do we pawn something? I guess we do. Should probably down to get the mem chip at some point. Yeah, but we're waiting for doubles like that. Just give me an SMC. Fuck. So we actually could install this onto Paul's Cafe. It doesn't save us anything, right? No, it doesn't. When it costs 1, it doesn't save anything. I'll keep 3 indexing. We'll get there eventually. You can want to turn early by stacking and start to turn triggers. Yeah, this looks like a really bad tight end draw, and unfortunately we have no. We actually could. They have to play around here because we can install a cache and then install a clot from hand. All good. So what is this? Trick of Light, I think? Or just a hostile? Oh, just a hostile. What the fuck? Why discard Hyper? Because we'll almost never have 3. We have 3 MU. Oh, I thought we wouldn't have 3 MU for a long time. Yeah, 100% wrong. That's on me. All this money, nothing to do with it. And there might be a Cyberdex Virus Suite in there. Just please. Okay, that's really important. I shouldn't have done that at this point. I'm going to run archives. We'll consider running R&D. No, we probably just keep drawing. Oh, wow, there's a food. Okay. What else do they have in there? An Afshar. I'm going to draw once. The more we draw, the more unlikely it is for the Clot threat to be a thing, motherfucker. This is rough. Clot, 2 SMCs all in the bottom 14. We're playing like we don't have Clot. Now what do they do? Trick of Light? Yeah, 3 and 14. This is really unlucky. Even if we had a compile, a recompile, whatever, we could use that. Yeah, it is Trick of Light. That's why they want the counters. That's why they didn't spread them up to anything else. Okay, so now we're fucked. Well, not fucked, but it's so much worse here, right? Because they have 2 more Atlases, and they actually can score foods from hand with the right cards. This is really bad. Oh, just in time, huh? Just in time. So we'll put that on here. Now we can start pressuring. So I'm going to start hammering. We also have a parasite in 1 and 13. The Archetype is also 2 strength. Okay. So we're going to run HQ. So we install one of her. Put 1 power counter on her. Install this from hand. It stacks the Outmans? That's amazing. So we'll use 1 counter. We'll break both of the subroutines. Continue. SMC represented dismantle HQ. I don't think we need to. We have enough money. We can afford to break this stuff. And I want to keep the SMCs for Clot. And I want to use the simul chips for Clots. They're so important. Dedication. Okay, that's a combo piece. Like, we just keep doing this over and over again. Oh. Atlas, sick. If only Data Sucker could add strength, you know, you'd be pretty happy with it. So it only cost us 1 Data Sucker. I'm doing this on the wrong ice because we missed the window. They're just hitting okay. Now they could do a combo where they do like install a Cyberdex Fire Suite from hand. So we still need to keep the pressure up because they can install a Cyberdex Fire Suite from hand using what's it called? I wonder if they have any 0 strength ice. But now Atman with all this Data Sucker counter will break with everything. But in theory, they could like red level clearance in a Cyberdex Fire Suite and purge before we can interact. CVS could be on R&D. Yeah, and we got to go clear that right now. Oh, I'm going to get a credit. Pawning. Yeah, we'll go deal with that right now. They could res it, but it's not a problem. We have an Angolo. MU will be an issue, but whatever. Yeah, it looks like they did break their jaw pretty hard. All right, well, that's a really big deal. That's more indexing defense. Man, we deal with Archer relatively well. So this is 3 counters. And again, they could res a CVS here if they really wanted to, but they might just let us through. So access the deck, IPO, to Crisium Grid. Okay. So now we can indexing. It'll eat a border control. We can indexing. We'll eat an Atlas. Yeah, let's go. We have a window. We'll take it. This actually also might be, I don't know, a macrophage. I think it might be a sandstone, but that's worth resing. Yeah, this is a 5 as a mistake. I don't think it's going to matter unless maybe a Mouseless looks really bad to them. Yo, Jester, what's up? Let's feather these out. We're actually going to run out of tokens. Like, we're going to be locked out eventually. Now, you can always click through this. Hold on. Credit, but it's bad pub. So we get our tokens back. Okay, so new construction, Global Food Initiative. We'll put those on top. They have a Colossus in their deck. Good to know. It comes in at 4 strength. But the idea here is obviously they'll shuffle. And if they shuffle next turn, we'll get them. Yeah, this is a very good example of what Atmansucker is meant to do, but I feel like our 5 here is wrong. A 4 would have been pretty good. We'll just do 2, 2. So they can obviously shuffle here. We'll still get an Atman Data Sucker tokens back, but they can use their Project Atlas token. Yeah, it is some Shaper bullshit. It's good stuff. 1 less token? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I paid 1 too few. Yeah, 1 more. Yeah, you're right. Counter, virus, 0. Yeah, 3 counters. Yeah. Did I goof that up on the previous run? Because that actually matters. A rare light night of working. It's much better with Andre stream. Aaron, yo, thanks for your email, eh? Cheers. Glad you can make it. So now they can choose to use this. If they don't, also, we didn't consider it. Like, we'll get the new construction and they'll draw the food. The new construction is definitely better for us to steal because it requires a bit less setup. Food is a lot trickier in terms of combo pieces to score out. Oh, I did fuck it up. Wow, actually, that's really substantial. That is a problem. Changeling, is Atmansucker still deck this thing? I think as soon as we run into like a Paulina that has like Macrophage Cyberdeck Sandbox, we're going to be in a bad spot. But it seems okay. Like, it's pretty easy to look at a deck and know what ice it's going to play. Okay, so they added an Atlas to hand, and we hit a red level clearance. So I did fuck up the sucker. Food wins the game, but they combo it out. Yeah, but we do have access to Clot. And they drew whatever. What did we just see? Red level clearance, which actually is a combo card for food. So either a CVS or Chrysium. IPO. Okay. Do we want to pawn anything? I don't think so. Hernando. Oh, we install Hernando? We install Hernando, right? Just to be shitty. We didn't need to do that. We also could consider like trashing admin and simul chip to reinstall admin. Meow, says little cat. Is nearly her dinner. Shit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We did give that up. Actually, that's a really significant misplay. IPO to Chrysium, we'll trash for 5, and we won't go back in this turn because we want to go back in. We just want to get more tokens, so I'm just gonna run archives. Should have pawned admin? Yeah, I think so. I just want to keep our simul chip. We definitely should have pawned admin though. Definitely should have. Yeah, I think so. Because if we reinstall that admin 4, we go pretty far. I just want to, like, we have one more simul chip in the deck. I don't know how many Clot things we have to like watch out for. They have a red level, so like a CVS play is like legit. Do you guys remember what we saw on the top of the deck? Because all I remember is it's not an agenda. Yeah, there's next turn. We'll do it next turn. And just bite the bullet and do admin 4, which deals with Whoredom until they advance it. IPO, wow, they're just getting money. This could also be an archer, which we can deal with. We have 5 clicks. Oh, it was a mouseless. Haha. We look stupid. That's fine. We'll still do the thing that we're going to do. It's still quite okay. There, that's what we should have done the first time. We don't have MU to install this. We probably should have used this at some point. So we'll use 1 token. They also spend like 7 credits on that. We haven't seen a biotic labor, but... Oh god, Atman's so good. Might be worth running HQ at some point. Yeah, I feel like we can just win off indexing, but I hear you. Reconstruction contract, hedge fund, Colossus, okay. So the Colossus is annoying. The hedge fund is a fine draw for them. We'll definitely put the Rococo on the bottom, unless we want to run and trash it. I don't think we actually are going to have that much money. Cat, Colossus, Whoredom, and then we probably run HQ. Cat, Colossus, we'll put the Colossus down. Do hedge fund, cat, food, and then we probably run this, and then we run HQ and we win. That's the hope. This newfangled admin card is kind of neat. Yeah, right? It's so cool. It's really good design for Shaper. No Noto? No, afraid not. Man, this is a grind of a deck. Whenever you're playing Titan and it comes to like what, turn 13, you're not feeling good. Why not put food construction and steal those off of R&D? Construction wasn't new construction. It was dedicated. It was Rococo, right? It wasn't the agenda. Yeah, it was reconstruction, not new construction. It was the asset. Now, if we're not pawning things, we're actually going to run out of money. I don't feel like we have to run HQ. What does it cost to run HQ? 2 credits. Yeah, we have enough clicks. Also running archives though, but I think they don't want to put our agendas in there because it looks like we are going to run archives. We have to use a counter. I try to keep these even for what it's worth, so program destruction, if that sneaks up on us, doesn't like ruin us. In theory, it's better than having one Atman with like one sucker with. Oh, well, actually not true, because if we pawn one, so it's not strictly true. Some Audacity, okay. So we'll definitely Proco up here. SMC. Do we have something to pawn? It's kind of hard. I think we'll just Proco again. We can pawn Hernando. Yeah, we can probably pawn Hernando pretty easily. 9 cards left in our stack. Indexing whiffed. Again, we could still lose. I don't know if they can do it with red level clearance, installing a CVS, doing all that stuff with Clot at the same time. We also have to be watch out. If we ever draw a Clot into our hand, it becomes awkward. Well, not that bad, because we end up simul chipping something. Pawn SMC, install the second. We want to keep our SMCs for Clot, but we could. I think we just pawn Hernando, though. Ow, I just punched myself in the face. I tried to cover my mouth in it. I'm not a very smart man. Just install Clot into Pawsnhop? Yeah, we'll install Clot into Pawsnhop once we draw it. Well, if we do it last click, like then we have to do like simul chip, or we SMC for a different program and install it from hand. Like Haley can do some bullshit. No matter where it is, we can install it, but the hardest is in theory from hand, because we have to like use this or install an Angola, which is 2MU. All right, Aket. Install. I think this is the second Aket. We know the next 3 cards aren't agendas. I will pawn Hernando. Okay. All right. I think we'll run HQ. What are we Procoing into here? Stim hack? This costs us 2-4. Well, it's only 2 credits because we have bad pub. I think we're just going to run HQ. This gives them a credit and advancement. Well, we also have to make sure that they don't, like, the timing is important here. Then we'll do, excuse me, we can only break one of these subroutines. So they get advancement and a credit. So they can start powering up the Sakat, I guess. I don't know. Draw for simul chips, so they can install the mem chip? Yeah, I think that's good. We'll definitely Proco once more and then either do that or install the daily casts. So they put on the mouse list? Okay, that's good. This is just 2 credits. So we know Audacity, we know red level clearance. So we don't have a good double install this turn. I think we just want to put down the casts. Actually, no, this is probably better. Nah, the cast is good. Because we have a simul chip in hand. Or in the deck. Oh man, 3 indexings. We got 1 agenda. For what it's worth, 2 of them. Well, yeah, I guess so. Did we get 2 agendas? No, I don't even remember. Hedge fund? I don't know if you want to play that there. For now, that makes it easier. So this is the second Aket, which whatever. Maybe they think they can purge and lock us out, which is maybe true. We're gonna get a free card draw that says Stim hack. So there's 1 more card on R&D we know. There's a Colossus at some point showing up. We have to watch out for that. They might be setting up for a purge. I don't want to run archives because we hit CVS. It's really bad. I think we just do this and run HQ. Mem chip into pawn, SMC for the second SMC misdirection to pawn. I just don't think we have to do any like magic like that. Meow. Oh, whoops. They can't really lock you off with the purge. No, but they can do some weird stuff where they like install, I don't know. Yeah, Angola gets us into R&D if we really need to, but we actually, like, yeah, we'll never be locked out. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it doesn't actually let you. Okay, do it up. Sorry about that. Yeah, I broke the wrong one. On this one, you can only break one separate team once it's advanced to 5. I think it's add V. Oh, no. Okay, that worked. Is YouTube chat still here? No, it would have been, but I launched Restream, the Restream bot, and it didn't work today for some reason. Should be there. It's a 5 advancement. Yeah, it didn't work for some reason. It wouldn't connect to the YouTube chat. This is getting out of hand. Yeah, that kind of got away from us. I'll do a better job. I don't think it was too clunky. Like, it wasn't the perfect solution, but I think it was really good for everyone to be able to talk to everyone. Okay, they'll fire that. I'll spend 2, breaking it with admin 1. Pass ice and continue. Access, Atlas, good game. Oh man, they probably had such a bad draw. Probably had such a rough draw, and like they could have got away with absolute murder. Yeah, we didn't draw SMC till like way late into the game. Clot being. What? Wait, we don't have Clot. Are you kidding me? What? I just looked at my deck. I don't have Clot. Oh, you play like you got it. It's just as good. It's just as effective. Oh no. Yeah. It's hard to take the risk when you're at when the runner is at 6. But I think you do it. Hey Nana, what's up? Oh man. Oh my god. So we had to play aggro. I totally forgot we don't have Clot. It's because we spend so much influence on like, I don't even have a good answer to that. On like Mistbones of Hernando. Right? Because normally you put a Clot in here and you don't play these. Actually, but that's not true. A lot of decks do run those. What? Oh, okay. Into food? Oh, wait. You had the last Atlas. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so the whole play that they were holding on to was like red level clearance into CVS, the sort of thing that we talked about. I thought for some reason there wasn't a last Atlas in the list, or it was already scored for some reason. But yeah, they had a way out through Clot. So yeah, they needed to draw into the CVS, and that's why we wanted to trash upgrades at all costs. Assuming the runner won fast advance if they have SMC up, I think if you're cornered, you do it because you don't have another play. I think you go for it. I don't think you try and build a remote. I think you just have to do it at that point because like you're gonna lose if you don't do it. Now they did have the CVS red level clearance play, which would get through a Clot for sure. We don't have a way to. There's no way to interact with that. Thanks, you too. But otherwise, yeah. You probably thought that because all 3 Atlas got scored in the last game. Yeah, we got this out of the game pretty fast last time. Oh man, that's hilarious. Well, the more you know, y'all. The more you know. Oh man, that's so good. And even in the last game where like we got Clot, it's fine. They can draw their Audacity. It's 11:08. I think we can do one more game, but I hope it's not like a really long one. Because I have to go to sleep at some point. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. Also, we definitely should cut this list down from 47. What are y'all thinking? So far, we haven't needed the misdirection. Hernando's cute. I don't know if it's necessary. We haven't needed. I do like the 3 Akamatsu. I would not change that. But maybe we just cut the misdirection. I don't want to cut the SMC. Paula's Cafe honestly hasn't been that good. It hasn't. We probably can play one. It's such a bummer. We can probably play one of these. I want it to be good though, but it just hasn't been that great. Like we're not getting the cheap install. The cheap install is like the allure on this thing, but like we're installing cheap stuff for Haley and we're not triggering on the corpse turn because we don't feel like we need to. That's really rough. This is our coffee culture right here. Lose the misdirection, keep the palace. We can try. If we're going to play against the CTM, whatever. Cut the Harbingers for a Clot. Harbinger, for what it's worth, I think is better for a Clot. Oh, cut the Harbingers. No, Harbinger's amazing. Harbinger's like the easiest install with Haley. It's 6 credits for economy. I definitely don't want to get rid of this. The Harbinger in cash is why this engine works. I don't think you can tinker with that. Maybe you can cut one. You can cut -1 Stimag, -1 Hernando. Yeah, if you really want Clot, you can make changes for sure. Like there's things you can do. Ooh, PE. Okay. Jason Wengel. MB Kelly sent me through the Steve list I mentioned. Okay, here, I'm going to open that because I want to see how, like, why busted Steve is. But we'll look at that right after. Remind me if I forget, eh? I'm just going to put it right next to JNet. Okay, opening hand, we have Proco, we have Paolas. We have no hard tech against damage itself. We don't have anything like the SX. We have no one home, so we're going to have to play around damage. But we do have the early Atman onto Paola's Cafe, which is really good. We don't mulligan Proco, do we? No, we don't. If you cut Hernando, cut Pauly. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like what you end up doing is cut Paul and then you Paula and then you build the good deck that we just read. Wow, 18 credits. Okay. All right. I'm worried about punitive. Yeah, P is a problem because we actually are getting low to the ground. Every game we play, we actually don't have a lot of cards when we're done. We generally end up with like 0 to 5 cards in our deck. Did they mulligan? Wow. Indexing is really good in this matchup though. That's for sure. They kept their hand. Now they're jamming. So what is it? House of Knives? I don't know. We can't deal with this. We can put things on Paolo's Cafe that we're worried about losing to damage. Hernando is looking kind of cute. If we do 2 SMC, we can't pull Hyperdriver. I think we can do like Akamatsu Atman and install Hernando. How are you turn 2? Wait, what? No, sorry, when the game ends. The last 2 games we played. Man, I don't think when I talk. We ended with very few cards in our deck. Sometimes none even. I like Hernando when they have 18 credits. P is not known to have a robust economy. So I guess we will double install this stuff. This stuff goes pretty far in the deck. Oh, no. Whoa. Whoops. Well, hold on. Whoa, hold on. 1 sec. Whoops. 1 sec. Sorry. Okay. No, hold on. No, don't square this. Hold on. No, because I can hit Orlando. Okay, I don't know what this is. So we took back the click because we don't want to install Hernando when we can keep it for a double install. So I would have put the admin on this thing. So I have to like just redo that and just bite the bullet. Because it doesn't look like they're reading the chat. So whatever. I'll just do that. Just suck it up for the hyperdriver. Yeah, maybe we could just do a SMC and hyperdriver. That's probably better than Hernando as long as we have the requisite 3 credits. But I don't know what the fuck this is. This is a really weird scoring pattern. 3 advance. Ronin? I don't care if they score Obokata. Viral weaponization is a big issue. Yeah, I see. This is why we don't install this, because then this turn we install it with Aesop. So like installing a single resource is really bad. Okay. So can we die to Ronin? No, but we can lose 2 pawn shops. fuck it. We're one short of Hyperdriver. Jumon? Is Jumon still a legal card? I guess it is. Food. Okay. Weird. Yo, what up, Argentina? Yeah, Jumon, huh? Jumon would be disastrous. Okay, now we just need some credits. Because they're just jamming out. We don't have a cute double install here unless we do SMC into Hyperdriver, but then we can't install cache. We could do SMC. Ah, man. Hyperdriver cache, we can't do it. We don't have enough MU. Right? Jamming out is exactly what we should do against Haley. Yeah, sort of. We can kind of call it though. Like I think we can phase tech most of this damage. Like they can play 11 for an Anansi. It's fine with us. I honestly think we just play short gamble here. I'm not playing as well. SMC is gone, but SMC is gone. We have 3 MU. We install the Hyperdriver. We have 0. I don't think we can do it. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna bite here, right? I think we're gonna bite. We've already been 1 cerebral overridered. How bad could it be 2 today? Gamble's better as damage? You're right about that. So we should have done this before a turn where we pull out Hyperdriver. I think I missed the window on this. Oh fuck, we just talked about not being able to do that. I'm gonna live with my mistakes. Oh, I missed the window for this. Technically, but it didn't do anything because nothing changed. So I'm gonna do this. God. Okay, what a mess. What are we doing? Oboe 100%? Yeah, I think we can go for it. I think Punitive's okay too. Also, we would have done this double install on the corpse turn, so now we're gonna get fucked because we're not gonna be able to like install the Atman and install the Angola from hand. So like this is gonna be really bad for us. Yeah, this is gonna be really bad for us. The nightmare here is now the little 5 strength guy. Yeah, I would do it on the end of your turn. So I don't eat this turn's Haley. Yeah, this is a really sloppy play. Because, sorry? When your turn begins? Yeah. So after you do your last click, I pop the SMC and install it. And then it's chilling when my turn starts. Oh. I did the Hyperdriver manually because JNet isn't good at letting this is not good. Oh no worries. It is a Kawaii! Oh no! You're doing it great. I'm the one playing really sloppy. All right, well, now we have all the cards in hand. We were worried about this. We can instant parasite this. We just admin 1 and pay 7. That's affordable. And it doesn't even have subroutines. So it's not like they're going to pay like 14 for this or whatever. We're gonna die to punitive. That's so bad. They read us. So we have 7 cards? Fuck, I'm paying 7. I'm paying 7. We probably can get away with paying 6, but I don't think it changes that much. Um, which one? I'll do this one, that one, the bottom one, and then we'll do top, bottom, middle. Yeah, okay. All right, so we kept the ones that are a bit good. We're just gonna draw twice here. So we don't die to neural punitive, I guess. Oof. That Komainu was the nightmare res there for sure. Oh, Proco, fucking hell. Oh, I'm so bad. What are we doing? We did a Proco. Are you kidding me? Oh man, I am. Yeah, okay. We're on. This is a good shaper deck because Proco. You don't know. You don't always need to do that one, do you? Proco draw. Yeah, too late. I'm not going back to fix it. They said they were new to the platform, and we have to pretend that everyone on here is confident. Yeah, this is really bad. Kamanu is great. It really is. Well, until we parasite it. I shouldn't be laughing. Andre playing Shaper is always a good time. Fuck me, man. This is why I play Symmetrical Visage. Symmetrical Visage honestly isn't the worst, but you see there's a lot of turns where our play pattern is like Proco 3 times double install. That's perfect with Haley. But on a more aggressive deck, if we say like maybe did more, I don't know, Paula's Cafe, then yeah, I agree. It's late, Andre. I think I might time to go to sleep. Time to go to sleep. Yo, Tobel, enjoy your evening. Thanks for dropping by. So we didn't get punitive, and that's, you know, that's nice. Okay. And one influencer blanking Engram Kamainu's game losing. It is really bad. It is really, really bad. People don't play Kamainu for that reason. Also, Parasite in the meta, though, makes this like a really tough ask sometimes. We can run this for 5. I imagine this is Rashida, maybe in a House of Knives. I don't know if they just jam a snare. They might be. They're on 10 credits, though. So like this is the one turn that we want to interact, but we want to get our Ngolo onto the table. We pawned to cash, so we can do it. I don't want to run HQ and hit another Ngolo. I think they can have this. We need to stabilize a wee bit. Our double install is here on these bad boys. That'll put us at 5 cards. I don't want to throw out cards in this P matchup. I'm scared. Just money up and Parasite. Yeah, I know. But we need an SMC. We ate our 2 SMCs really clumsily. Do we Proco here? Whatever. GFI Oboe, what are the genders here? I don't know. It looks like it might be just GFI Oboes and then maybe 2 House of Knives. It's hard to tell, but they're definitely on full 5/3, so I'd assume there's punitive. Maybe there's even Data Ward. But they're not doing anything with this, so this might be a Hokusai or even a Ben Musashi might make sense. Oh, a Philotic. Yeah, a Philotic too. Sometimes they just run only 3-pointers though for punitive. Again, we did stack these in a way that's probably not optimal. Nothing to pawn either. Fuck, maybe we should have done the Harbinger. Oh, that's really bad for us. Yeah, Haley gets there. Okay, so we do have the data sucker, which is really good with the admin. We kind of need it. So we could install both of these, run archives. It's a start. Not a lot of 2 strength we're worried about. I think the 2 strength ice is like only Sai Sentan. Getting the Beth down is also pretty good. We'll probably get another click this turn. The card draw can be an issue. Like it can be detrimental to us, but I don't think we'll be too upset about the card draw. We don't have another double install here, so I think we'll just do these. Maybe run archives. It also helps to instant parasite the Komainu. Okay. This is where Imp is better than Miss Bones. Oh, it looks like it was a snare. I don't think we need to run too much unless they advance things. Considering that it looks like they have a 5/3 agenda suite. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Psychic Field would be a nightmare. I think we bite. We're not going to use a simul chip this turn, so I'm going to pawn the casts. How bad would snare be? Do we just indexing? Fuck it, maybe we just indexing here. Oh, actually, no, we should have pawned this because if we indexing, we have to Ngolo. Okay, I misplay. I didn't plan my turn. You probably run Bacterial over GFI? I don't know. Oh, okay, that's good. That's really good. Again, they only spent 5 for that. So far, Hernando's done nothing. Yeah, okay, we called the list perfectly. Double punitive, double Ben Musashi. So we can ensure they have 2 punitives below. The Ben Musashi is a problem. It does make things really, really difficult to deal with. The celebrity gift on the bottom, that's fine too. Double Ben Musashi it's technically unique, so it's kind of useless. We'll bury the punitives. That's a really awkward indexing. Okay, we technically want to get to 5 data sucker counters. I'll bite. I'll figure out what this is. Psychic field would be bad. Snare would be okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that took a turn. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Do they have fast advance? We have to watch out for Philotic a bit. Philotic technically is lethal. Oh, do you know that this actually is better than drawing for cards? Proco here is nice. We paid 5 for it. Great. It's always the joy of Shinteki. Dev's new player? Maybe. Oh, what do they got there? Triple advance. Let's see a House of Knives. Oh, there you go. Oh, you planned it. Nice. We lost Angola. That's a bummer. That's the one that we wanted to keep. So we stole it, so that's that. Now we're even. Fantastic. And now they actually have a fucking 2-2, and we don't have Clot. We just talked about this. I'm going to pawn the Harbinger in case we need our Angolo. And we know it's not on R&D, so we just have to smash HQ and find the last medical brief. Maybe they, like, if they're a new player, they might not play around Clot, which is like the right play. I'm just going to run HQ. This man's about a fast advance. Yeah, they definitely could fast advance here. 2-2 alert. It's alive and well. We can't stop a 2-2. Hernando pressure. Man, Hernando's going to do fuck all. I think they did throw out 1 snare. Oh my god. They had it. Oh, I can't believe you had it. Oh my god, fuck Clot. Damn Hernando. He did nothing. Oh, that's so good. If we didn't steal that, we would have lost on the spot. We know it's not on top of the R&D, so we just have to smash HQ here and hope. Oh, oof, beans. Maybe we could have read that because they did jam 2 agendas on the same turn, but it makes sense with medical breakthrough, right? Like, that's the thing you do. But if any agenda we steal there, we win. There's a DNA tracker on HQ, it costs 11. Ooh, Hernando value. So Hernando had, this was a DNA tracker which cost 8 plus Hernando is 11, so they couldn't have rezzed it. For what it's worth, if they rezzed it for 8, it would still been a problem. If they were at 11, it wouldn't have been a problem because then they can't fast advance. And what we would do is we would simul chip in our Angolo and break it and eventually instant parasite it, the hope. Maybe we'd instant parasite this. Hey, cheers. Oh, that's very kind. Oh, that's really pleasant. Oh, sick. Canada love. Oh, no way. I was born out in Edmonton. Hop back in. What Haley list is this? So this is the Diogene posted this. It's called Montreal Heresy 47. Here, I'm gonna open that and we're gonna look at the deck for Steve Cambridge. Represent. Hey, you too. Take care. Nice dude. Okay, so this is the list. It was a Montreal Heresy. I think we do want to cut down to 45 cards, 46 cards as much as possible. The Palace Cafe probably should just be cut. It's underperforming. The Mistbones is also probably underperforming, but we might have just got lucky. You could definitely use that 2 influence for a Clot, and you'd probably be way better for it. Hernando Cortez, I think is good. Everything else looks pretty nice. But this is very close to the good stuff league. The Atman Data Sucker is the big difference between this deck and the 2 Data Suckers, right? I think I was talking with Diogene suggesting to do 1 Data Sucker, but 2 seemed really good. Considering what our builds used to turn out to be. There's a chance that you do just want like 1 lady. Like, it's a pretty low cost to include and it is a flexible card. I don't see why you wouldn't. Plus Clot, minus Bones, Fernando, Paulos. Yeah, I think that's just about right. But at that point, like, you're just getting so much closer to this list, right? Right? The only difference we have is like the Atmansucker, which has been pretty good until we finally play against Cyberdeck Sandbox, which we've dodged for 3 games somehow. But it is a cool list. And this also has a third SMC, which I can see the value of. And I'm really bad at like using SMC on the corpse turn or using SMC aggressively to pull cash or Harbinger. I'm so bad at that when I play Shaper. I need to embrace that a lot more, to be like, just pawn this to install from hand and get a cash. Because I always use SMC to be like, oh, I'm going to pull into Misdirection, or I'm going to pull into Imp or something like that. It's never good. Okay, so this is the one last thing. So this is a Steve Cambridge deck built in Standard with no other support, knowing no other cards. Just basically saying if Steve came out today and the report was that this deck has been tested and is incredibly strong. I believe it. The Steve Cambridge is really good. You have that emergency shutdown, which you love to see in Steve. I'm going to be excited when we see the new art here, but basically Steve says the first time you make a successful run on HQ each turn, choose 2 cards from your heap. Corp chooses 1 goes into your hand, the other is removed from game. That's really good. That's a good ability. There's also some interesting stuff like Bagad, which I guess makes sense in this deck on the basis that you are going to be running HQ. 4 influence for a largely untutorable card. You're not running Hostage, are you? It's a bit of a hard sell for me, but I get it, I guess. I get it. Otherwise, you got the Hernando, good fun, especially with emergency shutdowns, and everything else seems like good stuff. I think in this meta, you need to play 2 Miss Bones, but actually tonight it hasn't been that, but competitive meta is a different thing. This list puts you in absolute hell. I believe you. You need to protect the fuck out of HQ. Like, Steve was underrepresented when he came out because there were better criminals, and maybe there still are, I don't know. But if someone told you, when instead of Gabe gaining 2 credits, which is clickless, but when you run HQ, take one of the cards in your deck, one of your good cards that you've already played, and put it in your hand, that's incredible. That's just incredible. So why the heck not? Is that good? We're also running Swift, so that's weird. There's Wanton Destruction, really good with Swift. We have Inside Job, Diversion of Funds, Dirty Laundry, Bravado. There's no way that that's better than the other option than what's it called? Paragon? I'd be surprised. I'd be really surprised. It does look really cute with Wanted Destruction, though, I believe it. And we got Tapeworm too, which is also really good with Steve. Yeah, Steve, right? Run HQ, this comes back, install it. Fuck you. Purge. That sounds like hell. I kind of like Abagnale over Amina and Steve. Yeah, there's some options. Abagnale is flexible. The idea is that you can trash it to bypass and then later pull it back. Now, the Corp can always choose not to give you the Abagnale. You need 2 Abagnales for that to be good. So I don't know. Amina, I think, makes sense because this deck wants to put you in hell. And it wants to get you poor. It wants to de-res your ice. And then it's much easier to attack things. Like, I do like this a lot. It's obviously a very expensive card. And if they put an early code gate on HQ, your ability's in a really bad spot. Sneak Door Beta ×2 though, like, oh my god, is that fantastic. And I'm a big fan of this. This card is so good. You definitely want that. I'd be down to play this, but again, hey, soon we're gonna get Steve showing up. I'm gonna be really excited for that. Again, we have so many new cards. You know, Spearfishing? Spearfishing is like a quintessential, like, I would play a 3rd Inside Job over Spearfishing, 100%. Spearfishing is way worse than Inside Job. So Spearfishing is like Inside Job's little sibling. It bypasses the innermost ice. And so the idea of that why this card could be possibly good is that people in theory intelligently build their servers where they have a cheap ice in front of a good ice to eat the Inside Job. Now that's not always true. That doesn't always work. But the good thing about Inside Job is it's not the first ice. Well, it's the first ice, but it's not the outermost ice. So the idea is Inside Job, if they don't res the outermost ice, you also get through the second ice, and it's just so much better. Feint, probably not terrible. Probs 46 card. Why? Oh, I guess you could feign it to emergency shutdown. But like, do you want to pay 2 credits? I guess it's clickless, but 2 credits just to recur a card? Maybe it's not the worst. More doof and Bravado will pack a punch. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, this looks really fun. I'm totally excited to try this out. And again, we'll do that soon. I think next week we're going to play some Geist and celebrate some Geist, which is good because it's like Shaper. I can't play that poorly. But Geist is really fun. I think we'll try some goofy Geist builds. Like, we probably gonna try like 100 card Geist, which I've played before. Maybe I actually saw a VOD. It was recommended on my YouTube about from a year ago with Pat in the same room. What a wild world. And like, it's really fun. You play everything with trash cards on it and you hostage aggressively for tech trader, and it'll be fun before those cards rotate. Is Tech Trader even in Sansan? I don't think it is. Tech Trader's in Mumbat. How wild is that? This came out a cycle after Geist came out. Really fun. Anywho, that's all for tonight. Thanks for dropping in. Sorry you have to watch me playing so much Shaper. It gets better. Like, that's what I love though about playing Shaper poorly, is you can see where the ceiling is on these decks, and it's so much higher than like casually playing 3 or 4 games on a Thursday night. So stay at it, try that list out, get some tuning into it, play some good Shaper. I think again, it's probably one of the best decks right now in the meta. Not that deck specifically, but that idea. All right. Thanks so much for everyone who hanging out in chat, everyone who we played games with, everyone watching the VOD. Hopefully you're having a good week. We'll be back in a bit. We'll hear some new news pretty soon. I think we're going to expect some sort of spoilers as soon as like maybe next week. I don't know. I'm hoping. But just keep listening. Again, if you want to find out more news from Nisei stuff, the Netrunner subreddit's really good. Nisei.net is good. And Nisei, and specifically also Morgan and Zake, they've been tweeting a hell of a lot. So if you want to give some people some follows, you can get some information a bit sooner than maybe on other platforms, which is great and fantastic. That's all. Take care, y'all. Ciao.